And welcome! Welcome to Sea Duckling Open number 100. Let me fix this. 133. We are now in the first of our games, but today I am not alone. I am here with Steelmo.
Hello!
Very enthusiastic, Steelmo. Anyway, we are here in the first of our series. We are on ley lines, and it is in front of us the orange Zerg player representing GTA team, and Sweden. It is Davelitoss.
And in the northeast corner of the map, all the way from the land of Latvia, representing Devil's Void or Void, it is our Teal Zerg Sugar Cult the Second.
Which implies that there was Sugar Cult the first.
Yeah, he's not Sugar Cult the First, he's Sugar Cult the Second, I'll have you know.
Huh? What happened to the first guy?
Master Sugar Cult will have you know he's the second of his line.
Ah. But what happened to the first one?
What happened to the first? He switched to Protoss.
Oh no. Yeah, shockingly, we have a ZVZ. We actually are seeing ZVZ. For those who don't know, years ago, it used to be jokingly called the ZVZ Duckling Open because of the amount of Zergs in these tournaments, but now ZVZ is a rarity.
There used to be a time when the Zergs roamed the land.
Uh-huh.
And all the Protoss would hide away. And the Terrans used battle cruisers.
I mean, they still do. That hasn't changed.
Yes, but now it's not stupid.
True. Now it's actually meta.
Now it actually makes sense.
Yeah, both of our players starting with their hatcheries. Just 4 Zerglings, like nothing crazy going on so far. I'm actually like a bit surprised. This is ZVZ and there's no like link rushes, no nothing, no. Both just chilling.
Back in my days, we all used to open pool first. And we liked it.
Uh-huh. I mean, we see the first defense Sugar Cult going for that bailing nest. Of course, this does not mean anything on its own. This is a safety bailing nest.
Mm-hmm.
Also walling off, so making sure that yeah, both of them are.
It's a pretty wide entrance, so you gotta wall it off just in case. So.
Yeah, it's just funny that both of them are getting ready to like, you know, get rushed and nobody does. Like, they're both defensive, but like, there's no actual, you know, danger coming.
Which is strange. They scouted each other, so like, they kind of see what's going on. They have overlords looking at the entrance.
Yeah, and we have interesting difference here where Sugar Cult is going for lair. Meanwhile, the Davelitoss goes for a Roach Warren first, without lair on the way, so it looks like Sugar Cult will have that Roach speed faster, potentially.
But Davelitoss will have the Roach faster, potentially.
I mean, I guess, yeah. The difference doesn't look that big though. The lair still hasn't started for Davelitoss.
Now, this is one of those maps where getting a third base is kind of really exposed. So I think it's going to be a while. I think both players will probably try to want to have a serious army before they march out and try to expand here. So it's not necessarily that they're cheesing or you know going 2 base all in or something. It's just that they're being very, very, very safe.
Nobody say anything. I definitely remember before Captainfisch said it. I remember before Captainfisch said it. I just want to point it out. I didn't press the button, but like this, that's why I went quiet, because I was like, hold on. There was something I was supposed to do.
SMH my hedge.
I remembered. This still counts. We're still on game 1. It still counts.
Yes,
okay?
It still counts, and you don't have to put a post-it note.
I still keep the old post-it note, by the way, so it's just gonna, you know, the collection is just gonna get bigger.
Because that helps.
I mean,
you just ignore them.
you just learn to live with it.
It's like when someone who's driving with like the check engine light blinking all the time. It's like, well, it started blinking and then I ignored it and then I continued to ignore it and nothing happened. So you know.
Yeah.
Right, so Sugar Cult is marching out on the map. Davelitoss trying to get that third expansion. Where's his army though?
It's all the natural. It's all the natural, and it will be now rotating because he now sees the roaches. But is it a little bit too late? He's actually distracted there by a few Lizardlings.
Oh, it's gonna cancel in the last second there. Davelitoss realizes, nothing I should be keeping right now. No, Davelitoss does have eyes on the other side of the map, so he knows that Sugar Cult does not have a third base right now. So fighting over that third base for no reason would be very wasteful for Davelitoss.
Davelitoss made sure to keep an eye on both of the third bases. He even sent Zerglings into the base of Sugar Cult to see exactly what is going on.
Well, it gets a confirmation on that layer. If seeing the roach speed wasn't a good enough indication.
This is actually fun. This is the first time I see this in the chat. Where is Lightbeard? Does he not love us anymore? This is the first time. Like, this reminds me all these memes of the likes of Did Loco quit StarCraft and the likes. Like, this is the first time I see this, and it's so fun. And I will not respond.
There is no more light, only darkness, and Kuro, and Steel Mold, and
No, Darkness is not casting. He's not even playing anymore.
Hey! I'm doing pistol snaps. Pistol snaps is what I do when I do pistol fingers, but you can't see
it.
By
the way, Discord completely mutes the snaps, just so you know.
Fucking Discord codex. They void all my fun memes.
They removed all your jokes.
Damn it. Can't do anything. From now on, I shall speak with a monotone voice like Discord wants me to.
We have another attack here from Sugar Cult, and this time he has the bigger army, and we have to remember the roach speed is still on the way for Davelitoss, so... But Sugar Cult didn't get his, did he?
This base is not long for this world. And this is what I meant when I said the third base is rough to keep on this map. It reminds me, I think I said it once before, but it reminds me of Acid Plant. Acid Plant also had that kind of awkward situation where the third base, both third options were kind of far apart and kind of exposed and difficult to keep.
So, ooh, that was a kill. That was a
denial.
That was a snipe.
Oh boy. Oof. This does not look good for Davelitoss. This is
losing the bases.
Too many resources. Too many resources on trying to keep those third bases, and does not have the army. Sugar Cult just barges on in, just kicks the door in and gets in. Just. I'm here now, in your base.
It's a good catch.
The life bars are not set to damage.
Yeah, I know it. I was doing screenshots, okay.
Oh, the in-game. Okay.
Yeah. Because I disable them when I do screenshots, and that happens.
I have to figure out, why do we have life bars on the stream?
Yeah, actually, on top of your head, there's a little life bar, and every time you say something wrong, like, it goes down.
I'm undead by this point. It's like every time you say something wrong, every time you say something stupid, every time a joke isn't funny.
Yeah, the bar just slowly goes down.
And in the end, you're fired. Just like Yaku.
Just like Yaku. For those who don't know, the joke for a while was that Yaku gets fired every week. I don't know how he still works here.
Puppy! Hola, papi! Zack don't surf, hola! Hola, Stan, ¿cómo estás?
Ready? Okay, like when I'm trying to set up the stream and set up the game, and then somebody messages me at the same point, I'm like, my brain can only split to so many threads.
I know, I can highly relate to that. My brain gets overheated if I chew gum and walk up the stairs at the same time.
Look, my brain may not be optimized, just like StarCraft. It only works on 2 cores. But it works. Sometimes.
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 When it does.
Yeah.
And speaking of working, we are on Last Fantasy. The last fantasy, not the final one. Just the last one. There's a final one beyond that. It's just the last. It's not the same. It sounds the same, but it's not the same. Where in the what time was it? 3:30 position on the map are Teal Zerg, all the way from the land of Latvia, representing Devil's Void. It is Sugar Cult.
Leave that gastric. And in the 7:30 position, going up to 8, but it's 7:30 still, it is our Orange Zerg player representing Sweden and GDA team. It is Davelitoss.
I tried to look up again what GDA stands for.
No.
And I couldn't find it. It's not on their Wikipedia page.
It's not.
The Wikipedia.
They keep it secret.
It's like I think we asked sometime and someone told us.
Yeah, like someone told us once, but they told us to just call it GDA. Just don't. Can you don't?
Yeah, I don't. It's something. I think the G is for gendarmerie or gendarme or something.
What would the Roman like legions be called in French?
Je ne sais
speak
pas. Je ne parle pas français. Maintenant.
Yes.
I took one class of French in high school. It was pretty good. I liked it, but difficult to keep up with.
I know no French except for like few words that I learned when being there for like 2 days. So there you have it. I do know that they say au revoir as goodbye. So that's what I learned because they shorten it.
Anyway.
We are on a free player.
They shorten a lot of things.
No, but like as in like proper where you have au revoir, but like everybody says just au revoir, just gets on with their day.
Yeah, it's like Shema. It's short. It's shortened for something.
But anyway, this is a free player map, and it looks like Sugar Cult was able to scout Davelitoss immediately. Meanwhile, Davelitoss scouted the top side first before getting to the actual location where Sugar Cult is, but it looks like he actually won't go into the base directly, but positions this overlord here instead to see any units moving out.
And we are seeing similar builds as we saw in the previous game, similar timings. Although Sugar Cult, he's not getting the Roach Warren this time.
No, not so far anyway.
Getting range upgrade though.
Yeah, the range upgrade suggests that probably it will be roaches eventually. Just okay, yeah, the roach one is just going down now. Meanwhile, just like last time, Davelitoss already has his. He does get the Roach Warren much earlier, but he gets no lair. Like, Davelitoss gets his lair much later than Sugarcoat does. Like, Sugarcoat's lair is already finished.
No Zergling speed just yet.
Yeah, I don't think they will.
Sorry, yeah, Bailing speed. Not Bailing speed, not Zergling speed for Sugarcoat. Davelitoss does have Zergling speed, which is, you know, it's helpful. It means you can be out on the map much better.
Yeah, I mean, considering that his like roach speed will be much later, it may be useful to get some Zerglings for like surrounds and whatnot. He also is going for that third base earlier than Sugarcoat does, so he will need some defenses to keep it.
Now this time, this base is a little more, well, I say easier to defend because you have those two choke points, you know, the ramp and the choke point next to the natural. So if you can cover this like position there between the natural, and both thirds, you'll be in a much better position to defend it than you were in like the previous map. So Sugarcoat may not have as big of a success pushing out on this one.
Yeah, and again, Davelitoss will see that move out coming if Sugarcoat decides to go for the high ground path. He can go around, but I don't think he's aware of this Overlord just hanging out here. So yeah, Davelitoss will be well aware of the army coming way ahead of time, and he should be able to rotate his army here.
This time Davelitoss does have the lair finished by now, so not as far behind as it was in the previous game, but does he have enough here to defend or at least delay this push so the hatchery can be nice and safe? Oh, the queen gets ganked.
Yeah, the roaches
pulling back a little bit.
The roaches were still in eggs. They were not quite hatched yet, so only now they are joining the fight, but the hatchery is very low already.
Losing that queen means there are no transfuses here, and the hatchery will go down. Great catch for Sugarcoat.
Yeah, it was a bit of an unfortunate timing for Davelitoss, where like he already had this army in production, but it was not hatched yet, so it was not able to join in the fight. And yeah, as a result, the hatchery does go down, and Sugarcoat just goes home and regroups.
Now Sugarcoat doesn't have a third base of his own just yet, so it's not like it's a super, you know, step forward. But since Davelitoss went for a more economic start, that's definitely hampering his situation in the game so far.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like Sugarcoat is willing to stop anytime soon. There's more roaches on the way. There are Ravages coming as well, and another wave of attacks will be coming towards the orange Zerg.
No Ravagers for Davelitoss. So, it's gonna be difficult to snipe those ones of Sugarcoat.
Sugarcoat just rolls in with the entire army. The Ravagers in the back, and mostly roaches. The numbers are definitely in favor of our blue Zerg. This time the hatchery is cancelled. But are the reinforcements enough? They are not.
DG is gold, and Sugarcoat will take the series 2-0. Sugarcoat just had too much. It was way better with the roach production, way better with the timings, and Davelitoss was just ill prepared for the defense and just not capable of providing any kind of counterattack.
Okay.
All right. So we have, by the way, in case we did not say this yet, we have a double elimination bracket today. So Davelitoss not completely out of the tournament just yet. There is a lower bracket. The lower bracket matches will be best of ones, except for the final lower bracket match, which will be a best of 3. And we have Captainfisch waiting for Sugarcoat for the next our next match right now. Should I say is the favorite?
Yeah, do we have to say it like a few times more?
That's how memes work. You have to repeat them.
See, the thing about this is that like I never meant it to be a meme. I just kind of said it, and then everybody's like, "Oh, why did you say it?" And then everybody like picked it up. I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Because it was true at the time.
Like, I genuinely believed it when I said it. Look.
Yeah.
Also,
Like,
I'm
we didn't
being
make this a
accused of
meme. They made
spoilers.
this a meme.
I'm being
What?
accused of spoilers because I invited Captainfisch to get to the party.
Okay.
Look. The show must
Look,
go on.
we exist. We exist 2 minutes ahead of the universe.
Yeah, I mean, delayed broadcast is always very different to manage than a live one.
Oh, okay. Captainfisch was gambling, so that's why. So Captainfisch put 100 channel points on Sugar to win, and yeah, so he got his wish.
I mean, I wonder, like he did bet, but I wonder if he preferred to which deck he prefers to face though. Nice, the predictions worked.
Yes, remember the predictions.
Yeah.
We should. Here's the hack we need to do. We need to start talking about the predictions at the end of a game, so that then when we
it doesn't
reach
matter.
the new one, it's like
You overestimate my capabilities of forgetting stuff. I have been there where like I would get like a Discord post ready and then I would just not post it. I would just be there. And I would find out like the next day that the edited post is still there. I just never pressed enter.
yeah, I can highly relate to that. So many things. I'm like, I'm forgetting something. 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 And then like, oh, that's right. The thing that I said was definitely important and I should do right now, immediately, before I forget, I didn't do because I forgot.
Oh no, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's why I started just either doing things immediately, or I write it down on my list, or I just leave a tab open in my browser and I have like 60 tabs open.
Or you put a post-it on
oh yeah
on your screen,
yeah.
and then forget about the post-it.
No, the post-its are only for predictions. I don't usually...
That's why I never had like a journal, like a calendar or something.
I tried several times.
Because every time I would write stuff, to do or to remember there, I forgot to look at the calendar.
No, I actually use a to-do list nowadays, which is called to-do list. But like I actually do use a list nowadays, and that is very helpful. Obviously, it doesn't help in the like number of tasks I have, but like I do actually have it constantly open, so I can keep track of what I have to do. So that is very helpful, I will say.
Yeah, I mean that's how I survived being an architect. It's like I have to be very meticulous. I can forget things, It's very important. Like you have a job with responsibility, so I just like had like notepads after I had like a pile of notepads that I would just write every single thing I'm doing, and every single thing I need to do.
Yeah, with the project like that, it's definitely more intense. Like I because for me like it's mostly like, oh, I have like mark like when I have to make tournament brackets, which payouts I still have to do, like all the stuff around the tournaments, like it's all like there on the list, so I don't forget. So
yeah,
I will
you have
get
to also tweet. Yeah, so you tweet everything and like on different social medias and like it's a whole procedure.
Yeah, like I have like 10 tasks per tournament per week, which include like 5 or more subtasks. I have a whole
players are ready. I think we're chatting, waiting for the players to be ready, and the players are chatting amongst each other, waiting for us.
They said
waiting for us to be ready.
They said they're taking a break. Oh, okay, they're back.
Yeah, and he's back.
Okay.
They're just chatting, waiting for us. I think also we have confirmation Captainfisch does in fact think that Davelitoss would be easier to beat than Sugar Cold, so Oh yeah, we might switch to EU if.
Yeah, because the previews like they didn't want to play on EU, so. But if they do, then...
I mean, to be fair, NA to EU is not that much of a difference. Okay, let's go to EU.
Okay. Okay.
Euro party.
Yes. By the way, as I am setting up the bracket, why don't you take a look at the bracket, Steve?
Yes, also on the brackets we have Dwarf versus Ragnar, who is the player formerly known as... you told me just before the cast and I forgot. You expect me to remember?
Yes, yes.
Hold on. Okay, no, I just look at the older...
You can do it.
Sea Duckling Open. Sea Duckling Opens. Who was it? Zergtanis. It was Zergtanis. Yes. Zergtanis. So there was one as Ragnar here. And you also have Pretty Fly versus Legend K, another GDA alumnus. Okay, you have a lobby. Yes. Oh, okay, we have an update. It's going to be Dwarf versus Pretty Fly in the second round.
Do you know who Pretty Fly is?
Very Pretty Fly?
Pretty Fly is horseradish.
Oh, okay. We casted horseradish on MSL, right? Yes? Or SDO?
We casted him both. I think didn't he win SDO?
Huh?
The players are telling me to do predictions.
Expecting me to remember? You expect me to remember things?
Okay.
Damn you.
XD. PHF. The thing when the players are reminding me to do predictions.
Yeah. Group, remember predictions.
Fine, I'm opening the menu. Which one was it? This one.
Yes, I stand. A real garden architect would use lily pads and not notepads. So, just in case Yoda Slim is here, I'm sorry for triggering you.
Okay, guys, predictions should still be open when you see this message, as I am pressing the button right now. There you go.
Predictions.
It's going. It's there. It's out there. It's in the ether. Catch it while you can.
Speaking of predictions, we are on Persephone. Persephone, the bringer of spring and death. For some reason, we're in the northwest corner of the map, representing Team Devil's Void. And the land of Latvia, it is our Tilo Zerg. Give it up for Sugar Cult the Second.
And on the bottom side of the map we have our green Terran from Germany. Representing Platinum Heroes, it is Captainfisch. The favorite.
Yes. Also known as the favorite.
It's so funny.
The favorite son of the Ducklings.
It's so funny because like people use it as a nickname now. It's like
Good. That's how memes start. That's the mimetic behavior of in-jokes. It's good. It's good stuff.
Anyways, looks like it will be most likely Reaper expand.
It's also very funny to call Captainfisch a favorite when he's playing in like STC and stuff.
Oh no, yeah.
Against Bian, and like it becomes very hilarious to me.
So for those who are wondering, on unrelated note, this is the regular version of Persephone without the updates yet. They're supposed to be added to the TLMC edition, so hopefully we'll see those changes soon. And if not, we may just start using the other one. We'll see.
Can we unsee the changes maybe with the lighting? The problem is not the stuff we don't see on the map. The problem is the stuff we do see on the map, which is blinding lights.
Yeah, like the lighting is one of the things that was fixed. So, yeah, we'll see.
Which
So do you
I don't
think...
mind aesthetically in terms of like how pretty it is. I mind it in terms of like I can't tell the difference between the colors of the the players.
Yeah, in some matchups it's definitely problematic. Although not as funny as Ultra Love, right?
Yeah, because then all the units are red for some reason. Oh,
Nice
super cold. Sugar cold. Yes, it's super cold. Sugar cold manages to snipe that SCV constructing the command center. There is a backup, so it's not a super delay, but it is a nice catch. It's always fun to catch that.
It's a very nice catch there for Sugar. Again, not a huge delay, but always something to, you know, throw a wrench in the works of the build order.
Yeah, and for Terrans, that's, you know, it's a big deal. Annoying the Terrans is the best way to beat them. And it's very easy to annoy them, so...
Are you saying that the Terrans would be winning more if they were less annoyed?
I'm saying you can't play Terran and not be annoyed. It's a very annoying race to play. Because everything is just moving. It's a trade-off. On the one hand, you have the ability to move your buildings and be like more, you know, fluid in your decision making. But on the other hand, you have to constantly move the buildings, and we have sign time, and it's very annoying. Yes, you have a fusion core.
We do have a fusion core.
Cruisers are operational. Will be operational.
We'll see if it's gonna be just one or if there will be maybe more. But yeah, that is something that now has to be considered. Sugar obviously has not seen it yet, so he will be blind before it comes to fruition.
Ooh, almost got that Cryptomere.
Got this one though.
Yes, that's a very nice catch. This is the stuff, the annoying stuff. For Zerg, it's annoying when someone kills your Cryptomers. Because it's like, now I have to do this again. For Terran, it's like all those little build order annoyances. Like getting rid of add-ons. Like, I'm gonna have to rebuild that add-on now.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Helios almost gets surrounded here. Sugar Colt might catch them, get us around.
Yeah, gets two.
Okay, catches two of them. Not bad.
Not bad. Gets at least the two, and the other two have to move away because they don't really have staying power here. Yeah, Sugar Colt starting a bit of a wall off to make sure those Helions do not get in, but again, there are no spores, there are only few queens, and the battle cruiser is about to be ready.
Yes, indeed. And this is going to be a problem for Sugar Colt. Now, normally you want the battlecruiser and the Hellions to be attacking simultaneously, so, you know, one of them will be getting the damage. So Captainfisch has those Hellions at the ready, outside their natural base.
He made a few, so he set them over now, and there are not enough Zerglings to take care of all of them.
Yeah, this is the distraction. The battlecruiser is in the main base of Sugar Colt right now. And it's starting to munch on drones, and there is nothing here to defend. One queen comes in from the natural, but it's very low in health already. There's no one to transfuse. The queen goes down. A spore is being morphed, but yes, this is already a massive amount of damage. 15 dead drones, 17 Hellions going to the natural base. Don't quite catch anything, but the battlecruiser just has full buffet of drones here. This is insane. 24, 25.
Sugar Colt realizes that there's no way to defend this, so just sends the Zerglings across the map, but there is a bunker, there are more Hellions here. I'm pretty sure that Captainfisch can hold this Ling run by, and yeah, the damage is insane.
Yes, indeed. The Zerglings could run around the refinery there, but in the natural base of Captainfisch, but yeah, it's still a precarious position to attack. This battlecruiser, god damn it, 31 kills on that one.
Yeah, and once again, like, this is not so much that, like basically the problem here was that Sugarcoat was not able to scout it, like the fusion core was all the way on the back of the base and he was not able to ever get there. So he was just completely blindsided by the battlecruisers coming.
And there's another one. Yamato just finishes now, so... And the queens are all dead. There's no anti-air here except a Spore. And Gigi is gold. And Captainfisch will take game number 1.
Did you?
Yes, see, battlecruisers. I love the fact that battlecruisers are not a stupid unit anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're actual meta unit now.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, they've been a meta unit in TVZ for a long time, but
True.
it took a while before. It took a while, you know, and a few updates to the. Remember, back when I said it was a stupid unit, it didn't have the auto attack while it's moving. It had to stop in order to shoot.
It didn't even have the... Yeah, I know that it didn't have like the teleport and stuff, but I forgot that it also didn't have the moving attack.
Well, no, it had a teleport, but it was an energy thing, not an ability with a cooldown. So basically, it was vulnerable to High Templars and Tempests, because it was massive and it had energy. So High Templars would just feedback it and just boom, do a bajillion amounts of damage on it. So then they went and changed it to be an ability rather than an energy-based spell.
Okay.
And the unit became less stupid as a result.
No, it's actually became useful.
Alright, Sandworm.
Yes.
We're back on this map. It has supposedly dragon teeth in it. They just look like bollards for parking garage.
I mean, maybe that's what it was. Because it does say that those are actual, like, Terran ruins, like leftovers.
This doesn't look like Terran ruins group.
It doesn't, but hey.
No. Maybe like ancient Mayan Terrans.
Maybe maybe those Terrans were here like ages ago.
Possibly, okay, maybe, you know, they're like an ancient like Stargate type situations where they were moved here by another, you know, alien race or something. That could work. Anyway, we are on Sandworm. We're in the southwest corner of the map, representing Devil's Void and the land of Latvia. It is our Teal Zerg, Sugarcoat the second. Not the first, not the third, the second.
And across the map at the top right corner we have our orange Terran player representing Platinum Heroes and Germany. It is Captainfisch. This time going for a Turax.
Now I have Pretty Fly for a white guy stuck in my head.
Ah. We're not even casting Pretty Fly yet.
It used to be a very popular song back in my days.
It was. No, I've heard it.
There's also the Weird Al version, Pretty Fly for a Rabbi. And there was another one, another parody of that. Pretty Fly for a Jedi, I think.
Oh, and Sugarcoat is scouting the double racks, so we'll be aware of this coming. Double Reapers, soon to be across the map, and the Zerglings are on the way, but there's no speed yet.
There are two queens that's gonna pop out though. It's you know, it's a tough situation. There's you know, there are plenty of ramps around here for the Reapers to go up and down from the main base and the natural.
Yeah, the good news for Sugarcoat is that the Reapers are still in production. They're still regrouping, so there's a little bit more time to amass some armies. Zergling's speed has just started, but he has to hold on with those queens.
2 more queens are on the way to assist. The Zergling is on the high ramp, on the high ground, up the ramp, in the ramp, on the ramp, in the ramp, up the ramp, to the in the southwest of the ramp on the upper side of the ramp. Got the primordial skin. It's only what 3 Reapers here. That's not a big deal. Captainfisch kind of abandons this attack. It's not going to be an all-in. We have steam on the way, marines being produced, a third base being, sorry, it's the natural base, being made.
I mean, this was not an all-in. This was just like an aggressive opening there from Captainfisch to, you know, put some pressure on the Zerg. And I mean, he did cause a lot of Zerglings being made, a lot of queens, and less drones as an effect.
It might bite him in the butt later on, though. Now that there are a lot of queens, a lot of transfuses, a lot of creep spread capability, a lot of defensive capability. And you know, queens are macro units as well as defensive units. You know, so it might not be as good of a in the long run as you know as it. What am I trying to say, Van?
What are you trying to say?
It wouldn't be as valuable, I think, for Captainfisch as we might expect, right?
Oh, nice juke there on the Zerglings. But eventually all the Reapers do go down, yeah.
So now the Zerglings are out on the map, trying to put pressure on Captainfisch. There's a bunker being made here, but there is a wall anyway, and there are a lot of marines behind the wall. I don't think the bunker is going to even be that necessary.
I mean, it could be very necessary with that Bane Bust that is coming. And it looks like the depot is the only weak point of that wall, really, so it will be going down, but yeah, with the secondary wall now, it should be safe. More or less.
Is that a full wall off with the bunker?
Yes. Oh, with the bunker? I don't think so.
Oh, the bunker does go down. All the buildings are wasted on it, and the wall is being plugged. Zerglings can't really reach the SCV, and this Bane Bust gets busted.
This is actually not a hole. This is a full wall.
No, it looks like the SCVs can pass through.
Okay.
So if these 2 depots are down, the Marines can move through it. A tank probably wouldn't be able to.
No, a tank no.
Gonna get the Yaku first.
For science.
I suppose this is not the final position of those barracks, eh? Because, you know, they need add-ons and stuff.
I mean, they have add-ons.
Oh, they do have add-ons. Okay. For a second there, I didn't see the add-ons, so I'm an idiot. Yes, I can see the add-ons now. It's very obvious that they're there now. But before, when they were on the corner of Kuro, I can see them now. But before, they were on the corner of the screen, like to the left.
Ooh,
the kids, they're hiding behind the barracks. Eh? You don't have to rub my stupidity into my face.
Stop.
I mean, it's funny. I get it. You don't have to do it. You can do it if you want to, but you don't have to.
We have this double Medivac squadron moving in. The queens are here to defend. The Banings are ready, and they will chase this army away. But they are moving off the
any more backup for these Marines? No splits, no nothing. Ooh, that's a good splish splash there. And those Marines are deaded.
By the way, if we're gonna nitpick all the different things, I'm always bothered by how the units have to go around the teeth. But this rock is not a thing. You can just go through the rock.
It bothers me that it's there at all. It should be like another tooth, right?
I mean, I think that maybe like part of it do that or something, that the rock is there, but the rock is passable. That's what bothers me. It's like that the rock should be solid, but it's not.
Rocks are not necessarily solid. You know, if you heat them up really well, really, they become like, you know, liquid.
I don't think they're passing through a liquid rock. I don't think the marine armor is
I'm just saying, rock doesn't have to be solid. It can be other things in other circumstances. It can, but in the form of dust, it can even be somewhat gaseous, if you will. Right? Right? If the particles are small enough and they're floating in like the air, it's more air than solid, right?
But is there the rock gas, or is it just floating?
It's floating, but to all intents and practices and intents and purposes, it is a gas. Okay, this is not enough marine.
No.
Nope. I think Captainfisch. What does Captainfisch even have any tanks? No tanks, no nothing, huh? Oh, there are tanks.
There are 4, but they are all like set up in defensive positions over the bases.
Well, they are locked behind this wall.
Well, they are locked behind the traffic jam, more likely.
We're gonna have to break the bunker in order to get out.
I think they can. They don't move.
Yeah, I don't think Captainfisch realizes that. Okay, now we realize it. There we go. It took him a second. He's like, "Where am I going? Where are my tanks?"
Yeah, but as we were talking, sorry. Sugarcoat went for Hydras, so we now have Hydras on the menu. We have Linkbane Hydra. The upgrades are on the way, but will they be on time? Because we have the Terran moving out, and this time with tanks as well, so those Hydras will not stand much chance against those.
Also with +1 armor and weapons for the Marines, which is very, very handy. The crypt spread is okay. It's not the worst, it's not the best. That does mean Captainfisch will get quite close to the third base here before being spotted.
I mean, you say that, but he also did scan, so he kinda announced his arrival, and the question is, can Sugarcoat maybe get a position to like get the tanks from behind, like maybe rally the Zerglings to get some of the stray tanks as the Marines are doing damage on the front, but it looks like that's not really the case. The hatchery is very low and it will be going down.
It would be a possibility to counterattack with to flank the tanks, but Captainfisch has made sure to keep a few Marines back there just in case, and most of the Marines were pre-split. So, Captainfisch, very, very meticulous Terran push here.
Yeah, making sure to properly set up this attack. Linkbane army is now going towards the Terran, and this frontal Marine squad will be destroyed, but there's a second wave right behind it.
If you're playing on Europe, you can't excuse that. You have to. You can't excuse letting all those Marines die with the medivac right above them. Okay, Marine drop here in the main base, trying to distract Sugarcoat, while the reinforcement of Captainfisch are going in towards the 4th base location.
Yeah, so this will be a bit of a double prong attack as Sugarcoat is busy with this siege setup. At the same time, he may lose the base at the top.
Okay, Sugarcoat's army is moving out. This might be a good situation for Captainfisch to keep the main army pushing forward. Doesn't look like he's doing that. Like, this would have been a good time to get in between the natural base and the 3rd.
It would
be just siege up there.
Yeah, it would be a good time to leapfrog maybe these tanks a little bit, to like siege up here right in the middle, so then like any kind of reinforcements from the Zerg would also go through the Terran army.
That said, Captainfisch is continuing the pressure while expanding into a 3rd and a 4th and maybe a 5th base. He's got extra command centers being built there.
He's skipping the siege. He's not moving.
Yeah, it's just I was just complimenting Captainfisch for such a competent, meticulous Terran push with the tanks, and now it's just sitting there. This is not a good idea. Giving the Zerg too much time to get Ultralisks and get a big army that can push through this. Sitting too pretty on this siege. does manage to save a couple of the siege tanks, which is going to help with the defense, but yeah, don't want to lose that army. You definitely don't want to lose the momentum for pushing.
It looked like it was a perfect setup for a double prong attack, but it didn't look like Captainfisch was going to use it, and he will lose these medivacs as well. Oh, did one medivac just barely? Don't go too high,
and
just.
Sugar Cult now swarming on top of Captainfish's 4th base, going to take it down. That's a planetary fortress there. Oh, the defensive setup is breached. The Zerglings and the Banelings move right into the middle of the Terran army, but there's not much Zerg left here after that. Only the Ultralisks and the Hydralisks.
All the Link Bane was
Sugar Cult
lost.
has enough.
All the Link Bane was actually lost in the choke point, and now the few Ultras and Hydras are not enough to overpower the rest of the Terran army. And yeah, Sugar Cult actually loses all of his forces.
I think Captainfisch needs to be pushing out on the map. Can't he really sit back here and try to rebuild that 4th? He needs to be punishing this. He can't let Sugar Cult rebuild the army.
Well, it looks like Captainfisch is planning to just, reinforce and like make a stronger defensive setups where Sugar Cult has to remake this army. He has to remake all these Zerglings. He has a few Ultras, so at least he has like the bigger units, but he definitely needs some support for them.
There are there Festers on the way. I forgot Infestors. Yes, I forgot the word Infestor, but I remember Derpfester. So that's good. Also, finally, some range upgrades for Sugar Cult. Gonna help with those Hydralisks.
Yeah, with the sniping the medivacs, like some of those medivacs just barely escaped with their life.
But Captainfisch is getting 3/3 upgrades for the bio units, +2 for the tanks. Ghosts are on the way as well, and the Liberators are nicely sieging to block any kind of flank. This may not go for as well for Sugar Cult as they had hoped. The Banelings do roll in. The splits are not that good. There is a fungal, but there is enough Terran remaining after all of that to continue the attack. And Sugar Cult is down to 14 army supply against an almost maxed out Terran.
Yeah, the fungal was really nice, but he also lost all of those infestors for it, and the rest of the army just melted directly facing the Terran in the liberation zones, and unfortunately that will be a GG, and Captainfisch is taking this series to 2-0.
Yes, very nicely done. Giving that good point. I think Captainfisch could have won that game much earlier if he managed to execute that multi-prong more crisply. I think the game would have been over just right there. It's nevertheless, he had enough value to continue.
The double prong definitely would be a good idea in Captainfisch's situation, but I mean, shoutouts to Sugar Cult as well, because those are some, like, he used the time that he was given and he was able to amass a really good army. I feel like maybe, like, the army was solid, but I feel like maybe some more engagement setup would be needed, because I feel like the key moment for Sugar Cult was when he was counter-attacking and kind of like the entire army of the Zerg funneled to this like choke point, and that way Captainfisch was able to deal with it. Maybe it would be better to like send part of the army through the other ramp or something, like some more like surround setup from the Zerg side.
I don't think it was that much of a possibility, because the defensive setup for Captainfisch was very, very good around that the fourth base and the third. So it would have been difficult. So Sugar Cult just went for the bust, which I think was pretty good. But the problem is he was left with not enough Banelings to deal with all the bio, and it's that's just Ultralisks and Hydralisks. They're not enough on their own.
Yeah, they do need support. Like that Link Bane, like as squishy as the Link Bane is, it is very, very important to support those other units. Like they can't really do the whole fighting on their own.
It's the mass of the army. They need to be there to tank shots for all the other units, if anything else. Okay, so Captainfisch will be our first semi-finalist of today. We do have Dwarf and Pretty Fly, aka Horseradish, going at it in the second round. Should we go back to NA to see what's up?
I'm pretty sure Dwarf is on EU. Or Dwarf and Horseradish. I think they're on EU. Actually,
I'll
let me
go
check.
and take a look.
And...
we have players in the lower bracket who are on NA right now. We could go Sugar Gold versus Ragnar.
Could, but I don't know where at what point of the series Dwarf and Horseradish are, and I kind of feel like we should maybe wait for that so we can catch them versus Captainfisch.
Okay, we can take this time to tell you about our Patreon. If you want to support the tournament and our many endeavors in the StarCraft 2 scene, we do have a Patreon page. So go ahead to blink that link. I'm waiting for Kuro to blink that link in chat because she's good at that. And I don't have the link anywhere. And the thing I don't remember. Oh, it's Patreon. I can have a bot. Patreon.
I did it.
There we go. There we go. I was... Anyway, go ahead and help us support for this month. We've reached the goal where the Sparkling Tuna Cup prize pool is boosted, and therefore we will have prize money for the third and fourth places, right?
Yes, for Sparkling Tuna Cup, we have prizes for semi-finalists now, thanks to the support. And for Sea Duckling Open and Master Swan Open, the prize pool got bumped to $25. It used to be 15 before, and now we're at 25.
Nice.
Yeah, if you want to see the tournaments growing, if you want to see them continue, make sure to check out that Patreon, because that's how we fund our prize pools. The entirety of Patreon support right now is going towards those tournaments, so yeah, if you want to see more of those, then consider contributing.
And other than that, you can subscribe right here on Twitch. That helps as well. You know, you get a nice little duckling badge. Quack quack. You get all our duckling emotes, fantastic emotes by Zook and Shura. You get the Espanol, CranKy for Espanol. You get CranKy, oh no, which is the platypus going, oh no. And of course, our favorite, the Degen duck. our spirit animal, CranKy for Degen.
I agree, the Degen duck is probably our best emote. I'm not picking favorites, but I think a Degen duck may be our best emote.
Not so much a favorite, it's just that's the state of mind. It's the most relatable one.
It is very relatable. I use it a lot in various conversations.
Like I told Light, like Smoj is also relatable, but Smoj duck looks like he has a little bit of hope left. Degen duck just looks done.
Yeah, Degen duck is given up. Degen duck is just looking at the ceiling. Just
like, this is my life now. I'm just lying here, and I'm just here. I'm here. I am now. I'm living my truth, and my truth sucks. So I'm here.
Degen duck is the 3 a.m. and I can't sleep kind of duck.
It's the 3 a.m. and I can't sleep. It's the 2 p.m. and I can't sleep. It's the 10 a.m. and I woke up. It's the 6 a.m. and I woke up. It's
all of those.
It's the 10 p.m. and I woke up. There's something I need to deal with, but I'll just lie here instead.
Yeah, I just take it. But yeah, anyway, with that, I think we will be taking a short break to see if any of the upper bracket series maybe finishes at the time soon. So yeah, take this chance to get some snacks, get something to drink, and we will be back soon TM.
Hydra, stretch your roaches. Turn your disruptors.
Yes. See you then. And welcome back to Sea Duckling Open number 133. I actually don't know if the stream could hear what you said. But anyway, we are here on last Thursday in our upper bracket finals, where in the top side of the map we have our blue Zerg player from Ukraine. It is Dwarf, also known as, I believe, Tyur.
And in the C30 position of the map, all the way from the land of Germany, it is our red Terran, representing Platinum Heroes, their favorite himself, Captainfisch. I was going on the over the our list of players from the past, and we have like a bunch of dwarves in.
We have like 5 different dwarves, yes.
Yeah, we have what is it? We have Cheesy Dwarf, Sneezy Dwarf, and Dizzy Dwarf.
Do you think they're like do you think they're like the seven dwarfs of Snow White?
Yeah, I'm guessing this is like the reference, but which one is this? Zergling Dwarf?
Yeah, we need to know. So, we only know that he's from Clan Zerg, so I guess it's Zergy
Swarmy
Dwarf.
Creepy Dwarf? Zugga Creepy, right? They got creep.
Yeah, but creepy sounds bad, so...
Yeah, Creepy Dwarf. That was cancelled. Not a very Disney character.
No. I think Zergy Dwarf sounds good, though.
Baneling Dwarf. Sneaky Dwarf. That could work.
No, that's Sneaky Assassin, probably.
Hmm.
Who is also, I think, you.
Oh wait, we did remember predictions. Okay, I just checked.
Yeah.
Yeah, Captainfisch did remind us in game chat. It was very funny. I laughed a lot.
Yeah, I mean, some people were laughing.
Some people were feeling very called out. Not naming names.
The Reaper so close to die, and it does die.
Gets yeeted off
Yes.
the ledge there and into the forest.
Yeah, that was very interesting that it fell right in there.
Yeah, go and become compost, you Terran. Filthy Terran.
Oh my. But yeah, anyway, that Reaper was nicely dealt with by Dwarf, so that danger is out of the way, and he can freely expand to his third base, which he decides to go for this triangle third base.
She's difficult to keep, difficult to defend.
True, but
Depending on how much pressure is being put. If it's just a run by or a little bit of early game pressure, it's fine. But if it's something like a bigger push, it's gonna be a problem, especially without creep connecting the two bases.
on the one hand, yes, but on the other, like, if the Zerg is planning to be more aggressive, this is just like a closer reinforcement point. So, it can also work in favor of the Zerg. That's why you often see Zergs picking those triangle thirds when they want to be aggressive. Obviously, it works a bit less favorable when they're in defensive position. So, we will see what Dwarf wants to do here, as he is walling that natural.
Captainfisch sees that Watch Warren, sees what's up. The Hellions can't really get in there with the Queens blocking off the path. So we're gonna back away a little bit. And there's the fusion thingy. Fusion core.
But look where it is.
Yes, it's a ninja core. Sneaky core.
Yeah, it's a sneaky core all the way on the location of the third starting location. So definitely a place that Dwarf would not scout after the initial scouting, after he found where the player was. That is not a place you would typically go to check for any buildings, but yeah, that's exactly where Captainfisch decides to proxy.
Captainfisch managed to sneak into the the third base of Dwarf from the west. These aliens went all around the map and came in from the west side. That do manage to get 3 drones, which is a nice catch. Nothing too crazy, but manages to get out of there with most of the Hellions still alive. So that's gonna be helpful.
Dwarf is droning. He's just working on the macro, and as we know, as we just saw in the previous series versus Sugarcoat, like that BC is on the way, and there are no spores. There are a few queens. There's not even a queen at the natural right now. It's all the way in the wall.
This is going to catch Dwarf quite by surprise. The battlecruiser is about a little more than halfway done. Larry is about to finish for Dwarf. There are some Ravagers on the way, so that might help deal with the battlecruiser a little bit. You know, if he manages to land a few, you know, accurate biles there, might work.
Base. Yeah, like Dwarf is really macroing here. He's not aware of the BCs coming, and they will do a lot of damage here. The first one is teleporting right into the map.
Comes in. Shoots down the queen. No, the queen does manage to get away. Drones start to go down. No, the queen will be going down here instead of the natural. And there's no queens here to defend. There is one actually, and it's just chilling there.
But yeah, but not.
It's looking the other way.
It's looking the other. It's like nothing is happening. This is fine. This is fine. At the same time, the Hellions are once again diving for the third base, but the Roaches are there to respond, so that at least that base will be safe. At the same time, Dwarf is also attacking on the side of Captainfisch.
But Captainfisch just lifts up that orbital command and goes away. 20 drones are dead to that battlecruiser. 22 now. No, sorry. Battlecruiser killed 19, including the queen. There's another queen that's going to go down here. Maybe some overlords as well. Battlecruiser. Oh, what a unit.
Same time
okay,
though,
Roaches push again.
Yeah, how well defended is the base of Captainfisch? There is a bunker, there are Hellions, there is now a tank, which will be a great asset in this defense. So I think he will be holding the natural. He was forced out of the third, but the natural stands, and the more time Captainfisch is buying, the more losses the Dwarf is suffering.
That battlecruiser is up to 29 kills. It does have a warp in available. Warp out. Oh, and gets immediately replaced by a fresh battlecruiser.
That was a pretty nice switch.
Yeah. I almost for a second thought that he accidentally teleported, you know, close.
Yeah, it was a good time.
It sometimes happens.
And the natural base now has spores, so it's a bit less comfortable there. And the Corruptors have popped out.
This is that Overlord tried to escape, but the walls were blocking the path.
Looks like the Corruptors should be able to deal with this battlecruiser eventually, as it does not have the jump available at the moment. But again, so many drones have already gone down, and it doesn't look like Dwarf can break the bases of Captainfisch either. That said, he was able to secure that fourth base, and it is fully mining.
And Captainfisch is still kind of stuck on 2 bases at the moment, so this was a big loss for the Zerg, but it's not the end of the game just yet. However, economically, the Zerg doesn't want to be on the same amount of workers as the Terran.
Probably not, yeah. So, I mean, we'll see how it goes, because again, Dwarf has lost a lot. Like, he has suffered a lot. He lost a lot of drones, a lot of economy, a lot of time as well. But he does have those 4 bases. All 4 hatcheries are operational, and all of them are currently mining. He is rebuilding the drone cows, so, and he has a standing army as well, which is, you know, harassing the Terran. It's not enough to break the Terran, but like he's definitely not dead yet.
It's a problem though. Those are a lot of Corruptors, and they're not really good for the Zerg. I mean, they're good against the battlecruisers, but that's it. They got nothing to shoot at right now. They're done.
Yeah, that was their task, and they no longer have any targets.
Whoa. Swarm hosts. We got 11 swarm hosts being made. And the Nidus bot. That's finished. We're gonna get Swarmers Nidus. This is a weird switch to go into, but I like it.
Where?
Dwarf doesn't have any vision on any of the bases of Captainfisch, though.
Yeah, like there's nothing. I guess the Corruptors? The Corruptors maybe vision.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, it should be good for something.
Yeah, would be useful. They do fly, so they can just park somewhere.
They can also attack buildings, so they may be able to go in there and snipe some tech building or something. That would be nice.
Okay. Interesting way to sort this out. Captainfisch, by the way, is making another ninja.
Yeah, we were talking about this, about using the third base location. It's not base location, third spawn location as a ninja base. In the meantime, Captainfisch is pushed into Dwarf's third and fourth base, but the swarms are coming. The locusts, they jump on top of the tank here. There are no Hellions, no Hellbats.
Yeah, all the Hellbats are currently the bases of the Zerg.
Yeah, Hellbats are pretty good at dealing with the swarms, but they're not here.
Uh-oh. All these swarmers just unloaded right in front of the Hellbats. It's unfortunate, but fortunately for Dwarf, they do not die. The 4th base does fall though, so that's a bit of a problem.
It is a bit of a problem, and it's even more than that. The swarmers didn't really do any damage. Now it keeps the swarmers alive, because only the locusts died. But at home, he lost more than 30 drones. How many is that total? 73 dead drones this game, 0 dead SCVs.
Yeah, and it felt like the locust wave was a bit too distracted. Like it wasn't focused on one single point. So like some of them went to the third base, some of them went to the main, and in the end they didn't do a lot of damage to the Terran. So yeah, unfortunate for Dwarf, but he has prepared another wave of attack, and he will try to once again break the position of Captainfisch.
One thing that's a problem here, Dwarf isn't really using the Nihilus for the swarm hosts. This is one of his biggest assets, to move the swarm hosts from one side of the map to another, and it's not really being utilized here. And it's especially a problem against the mech Terran. But instead of using the advantage of maneuverability, Dwarf just moves back and forth, sends the locusts, and then goes back home.
Yeah, that definitely could. I mean, especially since like back at home he is losing so many workers, he could maybe like give up on the economy a little bit and instead focus more on jumping the swarm hosts around and like, you know, just dealing a bit of damage on, basically just doing a bit of like multi-prong with a single army. You know what I mean? Because as you said, like this mech army is not very fast to reposition.
That's what the Swarm Host Nidus is there for. I mean, that's its biggest advantage. It's that you can move a big amount of DPS from one defensive position to another, and it's very difficult to keep up with them. And now they're going to go down. They're going to kill a couple of tanks, maybe 3, but that's it. The main army of Dwarf does go into the 4th base of Captainfisch. Their planetary fortress will go down between the Corruptors and the forces on the ground, but now all the forces on the ground are in danger. The swarmers are just standing there.
Yeah, the swarmers are actually body blocking the rest of the army as well, and in the process they are being killed off slowly. So yeah, not the best location for the swarmers to be. They definitely struggle in the main army, and the rest of the roaches have to deal with this mech army going towards it.
It's not going too well for Dwarf here, but Captainfisch does run out of fire power, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, like the army of Dwarf is not bad, but like I feel like it struggles a bit with the way it's being positioned.
Dwarf does have the higher army supply, but Captainfisch's army is much more cost efficient. You know, it's much more beefy.
Yeah, also a lot of the army of the Zerg are those swarm hosts.
Yes, indeed. Also, that ninja base. Oh, and he's taking another base in the southeast as well.
Yeah,
so, you know, Captainfisch is in a much better position than it might look if you look at the supply.
Yeah, and once again, Dwarf does not know about this base. If he did, then maybe he could deal with it because there's like no defenses there, but unfortunately he doesn't.
And mostly what Captainfisch is losing is Hellions and Hellbites, which are the cheapest units in this mech composition.
Now we have a Nidus here as a bit of a retreat Nidus, I guess. Or a positional Nidus here, but the entire army, some of the mech army is coming here to defend.
Yeah, the Nidus gets Yamato'd, but it doesn't quite go down there. Now tanks will destroy it. The army of Dwarf does manage to sneak away, but remember, Captainfisch has a ninja base. It looks like Captainfisch for Dwarf. It looks like Captainfisch is now on 4 or 3 bases, but it's actually on 5 bases. Yeah. And for a while had more workers than the Zerg player.
I mean, to be fair, there's not a lot going on in this base, but at least he has gas mining here.
Oh, he dropped the mules there before. That's where the mules are being dropped. There's a lot going on there. Very deceptive. Oh, the hatchery might go down here. Not enough firepower.
Just barely
36 health points.
But all the drones do die with that. So once again, that the economy is suffering for Dwarf. Although he has a good bank.
Because you can't really, spend it on anything. He's maxed out. The problem is, what happens when you have to rebuild that entire army?
So also working on an Ultra then. So Ultras will be on the menu once he is able to make them. Because, again, as you said, like, he is currently locked on supply. And that's kind of painful, isn't it? Where like he is max on supply, but a lot of his supply is in Swarmhost and Corruptors.
Well, Swarmhosts are pretty good supply units to have because they create infinity units, but again, it's all down to the utilization. If you can create constant value out of that DPS.
Yeah, the thing is, the trade-off is that on one hand you have that nice DPS from the Swarmhosts, but on the other hand they have the long cooldown where they're completely useless and just walk around. So yeah, it is a bit of a trade-off. Like they're definitely not a main army unit. They're better at just sniping various locations.
Well, I do like them being used with the main army here because they're not just dead weight here, and they can amplify the size of the army quite a lot.
Yeah, also Dwarf did get burrows, so every now and then he does burrow those Swarmers so they wouldn't get in the way so much.
What I'm worried for Captainfisch is that he hasn't been on the other side of the map and doing damage. I just said that as he
yes, as he's teleporting away.
Battle cruisers.
But also look at the Zerg army melting in front of this mech. The Taurs, the tanks.
Yeah. And suddenly that bank doesn't seem as big as it used to.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even about the bank, it's about the fact that Dwarf now has to remake that army, but he doesn't have the time. He has to go back with the Corruptors to deal with the VCs, but the base goes down. And as he's doing so, the mech army is moving forward.
And I don't think Captainfisch will be stopping anytime soon. He is still somewhat, he's not maxed out anymore, because he has some units, but he has the bigger army and he can continue the push here. This is so much beef to it. 3-3 mech.
This is a proper mech as well. This is tanks, this is Taurs, this is the beefiest mech you can get.
Shoot the bombs!
Oh my god. But yeah, this is...
Look at this guy just marching in there.
Yeah, this is the mech army going forward. I mean, Dwarf will try to master some last defense, but what units does he have? He's trying to work on something. He has a few Swarmhosts still, but I don't know. The roaches are trying to regroup. Maybe something.
I like the thingies, the mules here to repair the mech army.
Yeah.
It is a repairable army.
It is a repairable army, and it's good to have those mules there to keep it topped up.
Just in case you didn't hate mech enough. GG is called. And hold on, I'm going to see
Captainfisch takes
116 drones
Oh my god.
died this game. And 6 SCVs. just so you understand
Yeah, a
the
lot
pendulum
of drones died this
swing
game.
here. Tanks have infinite ammo. Indeed, they do.
I mean, all units have been. I guess. Well, technically, all units have
The
been.
mines of Moria are full of them. Yes, we're full of dwarves here. Damn it! I missed an opportunity to say that the army of dwarf is dwarfed by the army of Captainfisch. I'm sorry for all my fans, Iceland, especially.
Iceland has been outdoing you lately. Just want to point that
I
out.
had a good opportunity for Iceland is a very good punster.
He is.
He keeps up with me, and I can keep up with him though. So it's balanced.
I mean, I don't like. He was watching our Final Fantasy streams lately, and he provided quite a number of puns that actually worked really well. So, just saying.
He's just trying to start beef between us. Well, you don't understand. We are of like mind. We're not going to. This isn't a competition.
No. Yeah, I'm trying to start a competition.
Not a competition. It's a pun off. It's a friendly banter, if you will.
Okay.
That most efficient army. Yes. Está están. You said that he has a great puns, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I said
I didn't say that.
Which is more of a nihilistic state of mind? Dot face or Degen duck?
Degen duck. Degen duck is just a, it's like Degen duck doesn't even react. It's just a.
Alright, so it's dwarves map pick. As for under bracket, we do have Pretty Fly versus Ragnar going out in the lower bracket round to see who will be the lower bracket finals.
See, now that's interesting. Ragnar did beat Sugarcoat in the lower bracket. I think that was also a ZVZ.
Nice. Okay, dwarf needs to pick up one of the map from the map pool. We had what we just played on
Last Fantasy.
Last Fantasy, not the final one.
No, not the final. Just the last
one. Okay, so the next map is Whispers of Gold. Which is not the map with all the gold in it.
No, it's just Whispers.
That's the other one. That's El Dorado. It's a different map with all the gold in it. Actually, does either of them actually have a gold base?
I do not remember. I think El Dorado has it. Yeah, I think El Dorado has a gold base.
Not make a map with all gold in it, or call it a map with gold in it and not put gold base in it.
I mean...
Shouldn't that be like one of those
Wait, did Pillars of Gold have gold on it?
Don't think so.
I see a thread there.
Map makers, they be map making.
Look, I mean, for what I can tell, most of the time they map makers make a map and it's like, well, now I have to call it something.
Yes.
Just
It's,
like-
we nitpick the detail that they care about the least, probably.
Most of the time, yeah. And there are some exceptions, but most of the time the name is completely just like, well, it had to be named something.
Yes, and this one specifically is called Whispers of Gold. 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 By the northwest corner of the map. All the way from Ukraine, we said, right?
Yes.
It is our blue Zerg. Give it up for Dwarf. Not the sneezy, not the cheesy, not the... what was the other one?
Easy.
Sleazy?
Or sneezy, cheesy, and dizzy.
Dizzy. It was Dizzy. Dizzy, Sneezy, and Cheesy. Those were the previous dwarfs in our tournaments.
Meanwhile, on the right side of the map, we have our yellow this time Terran player. It is from Germany, representing Platinum Heroes, Captainfisch. Going for a Turax. That seems to be a go-to for Captainfisch now. He goes BC game 1 and then Turax game 2, regardless of the map.
Has it failed yet?
I mean, apparently not.
Can you argue with the success?
But this time, Dwarf is going for much earlier Roach Warren. He's also now seeing the Turax, so he knows what is coming.
That didn't help Sugar Colt though.
I mean, look. No, Sugarcoat did deal with the Reapers. The Reapers were fine. It was the follow-up that was the real problem.
Well, the Roach Warren is finished for Dwarf, so there are going to be some beefy units here early on in the game.
Yeah, he has to hold on until the roaches pop up, as they are currently on the way but not out quite yet. And now only now Captainfisch sees that the Roach Warren is up, I think. I don't think the SCV was able to scout that.
Well, second Reaper comes in. There's enough here to maybe snipe a few drones. Now, between the Roach and the Queen, only one Reaper will be able to get away.
Yeah, and the roaches will be now moving across the map. And what does Captainfisch have? He is working on that bunker. The wall, I think, is solid.
It's a very awkward wall.
It is very awkward. It's like this looks like a huge space.
And not just that, but you can't really seal that that supply depot unless it's with a supply depot. Luckily, there aren't any banelings yet, so the bust isn't going to be the big problem here.
Yeah, I mean, though this is a roach rush anyway. We have some Ravagers on the way too. Only a few roaches though, so not a huge army, but still the Marines will have to be very careful here.
This supply depot is also very important because this is almost supply blocks Captainfisch right now. The bunker just about finishes, but it's already almost dead. The Marines the Marine got into a bunker and it immediately exploded.
This is like comical timing. He gets in and just like stands there and the bunker is gone.
Well, not it just gets into the bunker and just like, okay, this is my bed. I picked my bed. And like, oh nope, I'm exploded.
He just like jumps into the bunker and then lands on the ground instead of the metal plates that are supposed to be there.
Okay, he opens the door and the thing explodes immediately.
He just is left with a door.
And he thinks that, wow, I'm very strong for my... I don't even know the power of my own strength.
Yeah, but it looks like this...
Look at this TV flying!
Yeah, it's cool. But yeah, the natural base had to be evacuated, and now Captainfisch is forced to set up a defensive position in the main base. But look, the wall is open already, and the roaches are not stopping here.
Captainfisch continues to lose these supply depots. One of them was even upgraded.
Yeah, try to upgrade it
very
to...
unfortunate.
Yeah, like the upgrade boosts the HP a little bit, but that was not enough as it was already badly damaged. And Dwarf will continue the siege for the time being. I don't think we have a factory yet, do we? I mean, the factory is being floating, so...
It was under attack. It was almost destroyed. Okay, bunker just about survives. Is Captainfisch? I think Captainfisch has this. The roaches are going down. It's just one Ravager and one Roach. Both players are very low on army supply right now, but Captainfisch does have the counterattack potential, assuming Steam is going to finish in a timely manner. Okay.
So, all in all, Captainfisch did clean up this army eventually, but as all of this was happening, Dwarf actually was joining up, Dwarf was taking a third base as well, so, you know, we'll have the economy already set up, and we'll be working on a second wave, on a second army that should be able to handle any counterattack coming from the Terran.
There is a Liberator on the way for Captainfisch. If that sneaks around towards the main base or the natural and manages to find a good spot, might actually get some economical damage and get Captainfisch back into this game, because right now he's pretty far behind. Yeah, and he's not going back to the low ground. This is staying on one base for a very long time.
Yeah, I guess Captainfisch is a bit worried about another attack coming, so he tries to be very careful, tries to be very defensive there. He is already he has already too many SCVs. He's oversaturated on the main base, so he will be able to transfer workers to the natural as soon as it lands.
Still, you're not even, you're just now on two bases. It's a very bad situation against Zerg to be so far behind economically. Okay, Liberator sneaks in behind the main base.
Yes, he just right on top of the mineral line.
Chew, chew, 2 drones, 3 drones, 4 drones, 5.
Some of the drones actually got stuck on the spore.
Well, 5 more of these attacks and Captainfisch will have an equal amount of workers with Dwarf. Oh no, the spore! It was moved into position before the Liberator even came in. Oh, does manage to keep the Liberator alive. Oh, there's a arm here stacking rocks.
Stacking rocks.
And then what? Did they crush them and turn them into water?
I mean, there's like a thing here.
It's,
there was also some.
That's the operation here.
I don't know, but there's also like this like this like energy thingy here. It's like also like submerged.
And there are fish in that water.
There are fish in the water. It's also
there's like an electricity thing running through it.
It's also like leaking here.
It's leaking, yeah. Also, these are buildings, like
also there's like
windows.
Stuff happening and the base was denied.
Okay. Look, you wanted Koro and me to cast, you're gonna spend an inordinate amount of time just poring over dumb details on the map that no one else would look at. This is what you signed up for. Support us on Patreon. Yeah, it's a fountain. It's kind of, it's only part of it is actually flowing though.
Yeah, I mean it looks overgrown. It's like it's been there for a while without being maintained.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Captainfisch manages to catch a flank here. No, decides to just push on forward, maybe get a delay on the attack even, and Dwarf brings the main army back. Captainfisch might get some walker kills here, kill some reinforcements as well. Dwarf does continue the push though, splits some of the army.
Yeah,
Medivacs pick up. This force not enough to break all of the defenses of the Terran here. Does kill one of the tanks though. Not quite in a position to pivot towards the mineral line. Yeah, and Dwarf will be losing a lot of his army right here by splitting it. And not quite able to defend at home either, so a good move by Captainfisch. Still, Dwarf is way ahead in terms of economy, and Captainfisch will need a few more wins like this to get back in the game. Oh, sneaks into the natural base with all of these marines. Got just a couple of drones, an overlord and some roaches, and we'll back away.
So Captainfisch also expanding to the third base, also all this is happening, as now he has enough tanks to hold any attacks coming from the Zerg.
Looks like he's trying to maybe push here? Or is he just setting up in front of the third base? No, he's pushing out. Let's go!
He has the distraction set up with the medivac, so he could maybe distract the army and go for a double prong.
And he's going towards the fourth base of Dwarf, so we'll be able to probably deny that. Get a kill here, set up the tanks, make sure any reinforcements get... Whoa! Almost catches the drone transfer as well.
Yeah, the main army tried to engage with this, but with all of these tanks set up here on the low ground, this is actually very difficult to do.
Yeah, that Dwarf can't really push back all the way and chase those marines, not with the tanks there. And now this is where Captainfisch needs to leapfrog forward. Again, we have the same situation we had in the previous match with the multi-prong, but Dwarf, GG's out. Loses 24 drones back there.
Yeah, I mean, Captainfisch did set up positions on both sides, and Dwarf, goddammit. And Dwarf was not able to split up the forces to defend both locations, and decided, like he was not able to hold that position, and with that, GG's called, and Captainfisch will be taking this series 2-0, advancing straight to the finals.
Yes, now the grand finals, the winner of the upper bracket will start with 1 point advantage in a best of 5. That's the upper bracket finalist advantage thingy. And we have our lower bracket finals ready now. It's going to be Dwarf versus Pretty Fly, otherwise known as Horseradish.
Yes. I'm definitely not kicking people out of the party, don't worry.
What?
Because we're still on you.
What? You mumbled, I had no idea what you said.
It's okay, don't worry about it.
Stop mumbling!
Wait a minute, this is how I normally talk. Exactly how I sound every time, every day. Usually when I wake up.
Alright, so we're staying on you? Are we staying on you?
We are staying on you, yes.
Okay, thank you. Mumble, 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 mumble. So also, this is going to be ZVZ? No, PVZ.
PVZ. I think? Oh no. Cura, focus. We have lobby to say. Yeah, we are now in the lower bracket finals with Dwarf and Horseradish, also known as Pretty Fly. And as a reminder, after this series we will also be doing our random raffle, so if you participate in this tournament, then don't forget, check out the results of the random raffle.
And all the Templars say I'm pretty fly for a car light.
Just realized that I'm silly.
Hey there, Ragnar. Wait, no, it's why are you Ragnar in Twitch? Without the R.
Okay. Hold on, Kuro is panicking. It's okay.
What panic?
This. I can do this. I can do this.
Can you remember predictions?
I'm trying to set up the casting too because I had it set up for a single elimination, but it's now double elimination. Panic. Okay.
Okay.
We're going. Okay.
Okay, there we go.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
War Saga is over.
Warhead Saga. Yes. Warhead Saga? Look, I forgot how German. It's been so long.
Prediction.
It
means prediction. That was the joke. Captainfisch is memeing on us.
Anyway, welcome to the lower bracket finals of Sea Duckling Open number 133, our diamond tournament up to 4.2k MMR, a monthly tournament by the CranKy Ducklings, and we are now currently on ley lines for our game number 1, and we are looking at the pink Protoss player in the top right corner. It is Horseradish, also known as Pretty Fly.
And in the southwest corner of the map, all the way from the land of Ukraine, it is our red Zerg. Give it up for Dwarf. Hashtag not dizzy, not cheesy, not sneezy. Dizzy. It was dizzy, sneezy. No, dizzy, cheesy. What was the other one? Dizzy, cheesy?
Sneezy?
I already forgot.
Dizzy, cheesy, and sneezy, no?
No, sneezy was the from the one from the from the Disney movie.
Didn't we have a sneezy drone?
Oh yeah, it was a sneezy. Okay, there we go. You're right. I forgot. There was a sneezy one. What? It's a trophy. Yeah.
Yeah, this is, for those who may not know, because it's not the most popular thing, this is a trophy from the automated tournament in StarCraft. I believe they are still functional. I don't know how many participants are for them, but you can play an automatic tournament in the StarCraft client itself.
It's awful though.
Yeah, I never said it's good. I mean, I would say like the theory of it is nice, but in practice it didn't work out because it assumes that you have a lot of participants, and the least participants you have, the more weirder it gets.
Yeah. Also, it was implemented by Blizzard, so they don't give a rat's ass about StarCraft.
I think that someone who implemented still cared to like make it. Like they could have not made it, but they did. They tried.
Yeah, but they tried. They also could have perfected it and gave it some more resources, you know, to make sure it's implemented well.
I guess we're talking from different perspectives, because we're talking more from the company perspective of giving it more resources, and I'm talking more about like the guy just did what he could with what we had.
Well, look, the people who actually make the game, the coders and the artists, they give a crap, you know. It's their passion. They want to do that. The company as a whole doesn't. So they don't give them the resources to make the stuff well.
Although, we have to say that recently there's been a lot of movement around the StarCraft IP, so we will see what comes out of that.
Yeah, I doubt
I'm not saying new games, that's not what I mean. Like, just general, it seems like there's some stuff happening in the scene.
Yeah, it's stuff moves around between companies all the time. It's like, not... Until there's an actual development going on, it's all just, you know, speculation and rumors, and it doesn't really mean anything.
Board games 100% announced.
That's, yeah, not exactly a you know, a video game.
Yeah, but what I mean, it's not that like they care enough to like, you know, still make stuff for it. They could have just completely forgotten about it. There's stuff happening.
such a low bar when we were excited about
is.
stuff that's not even connected to the game. It's just
Okay, it's
next we'll
better
get
than
excited
nothing.
because they made a new hat.
Look,
It says StarCraft
look,
on
after
it.
they completely forgot about us on BlizzCon, we take what we can get, okay?
Yeah, exactly. I just thought it's like this is the bar we're in.
But anyway, we have an Oracle moving in. Actually gets 2 drones, so pretty nice.
It's a couple of them. Yeah, does it?
Literally a couple.
A couple. Two. Dos.
Zwei.
Dos Drones. Drones. Zwei. Ja. Ja.
What other language do I know? What's 2 in French?
Kaksi. It's Finnish.
Okay. I used to know how to count in Hungarian, I forgot.
Du. That's in French.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna try Japanese because that's futile effort.
Ni.
No. Do you not know the thing about Japanese? That the way they count objects is like different words for depending what you're counting. Depending if it's like long or maybe it's short, it's like maybe it's big or like they have different counters for everything.
Well, they do have in Korean where the words for numbers and the words for counting things are completely different.
Yeah, but
so if you're saying a number, it's one thing. But if you're saying the same number, but it's an amount of something, then it's a completely different word.
But is it always the same word?
I think so, yeah.
Because that's already a level better. Because in Japanese, like you will be like, oh yeah, so you have these counters for like small animals, but you have these counters for like big animals. And it's like completely different
you have to
words.
differentiate.
Yeah, like I was watching like this joke where like they asked the Japanese guy, so do sheep count towards the big animals or the small animals? And he couldn't tell. He just kind of like his brain broke as he was trying to figure out which one it was. So yeah, have fun.
Maybe someone didn't know how to count and they just made up a number and there was like, there's no number like that in Japanese. And they were like, yes, of course, that's what you count when you count if it's a big thing, right? Yes, you should know that. And then that became a thing.
That Voyager is chasing away the Zerglings, but we have a group of Hydras here on the way and they will be able to deal with that. Right? Right?
Go back into the void! Oh, 3 health points, it manages to survive, but yeah, it's very low on health. There are shield batteries though.
Yeah, there are shield batteries, there are cannons, there are oracles here as well, full of energy. So they will be able to deal with the Zerglings, not so much with the Hydras though, as they are cleaning up the rest of the forces.
Reinforcements are coming in for Dwarf, but they are very few. It's only Hydralisks, no Zerglings, and you need that buffer.
Okay, sorry. So did you see what happened? The entire Protoss army, all the Stalkers, were actually trapped in the natural because of a Stasi Zerglings that were in the wall.
Ah.
Yeah, so actually horseradish had to recall. He had to recall his forces from the natural to the ferret because they couldn't escape.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah,
now the Immortal is in here and the Charge Lots should be able to clean this up or at least push it back. Maybe even save that. No. Okay, the reinforcements are coming in for Dwarf and I think this is going to be going down. Oh, catches the workers hiding there.
Yeah, the workers
Decides
were
to
trying
jump on top of that.
Yeah, the workers were trying to hide from the army, but it looks like the Zerglings will catch up to all of them and 20 probes going down. The ferret base is in danger, it is damaged. I mean, horseradish knows that he cannot really defend that. He sets up a position in the natural instead.
Yeah, this is not looking good for the Protoss player here. It is, yeah. Zerglings are coming in. They managed to sneak in. They used good use of the force field. There is a Colossus at the back, which is going to be very, very helpful in defending against this siege. But still, Prettyfly is contained on 2 bases, while Dwarf is free to have 4 bases and still pumping out 17 Hydralisks.
Yeah, I mean, the bases of the Zerg have been pretty much not harassed by anything so far. He's able to get all the tech, all the drones he possibly may need, and he's quickly remaking that army. Once again though, this is straight up brutal, just Zerglings and Hydras.
Pure Hydra. I wonder if Pure Hydra can actually do something. It's one of the highest DPS compositions in the game, but also one of the squishiest.
Also, Aisna has something for you in the chat.
So, a counterfeit count? Yes, indeed. And if you go into, like, you keep counting and you can't stop, then you're in a counterfeit. Huh? Huh? Huh?
Ooh, nice setup here from both directions. We're trying to sandwich this army, but there are a lot of sentries here. There will be a lot of force speeds, and they are keeping the Zerg away for the time being, but slowly but surely it is closing in.
The Protoss army is just so small though, and even though it trades very efficiently against the Hydralisks, eventually it will fall down, and there is zero army supply for Pretty Fly, and GG is called. Dwarf will take game number 1 in this best of 3, a lower bracket final.
Yes, nice done. Very nice game there from Dwarf. So, yeah.
I need to pour myself some tea.
Ah,
Earl Grey.
yes.
Lukewarm. Actually, no, that's not Earl Grey. That's English breakfast.
Ah.
It's another favorite of mine.
Okay, yeah. I don't actually remember what it tastes like. It's not like... I think it's not characteristic enough for me to remember. Like, Earl Grey is very distinct.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's got that citrusy scent to it.
Actually, I recently learned like that. Actually, it's what was it? Was it like bergamot? That's
bergamot.
Yeah,
That's the bergamot extract is what you add to black tea to make it Earl Grey. It's a type of citrus, kind of like a lime or a lemon, but it has a distinct flavor. There's actually a version of Earl Grey that instead of bergamot, they just use lemon extract. So it makes it even more lemony.
What about Earl Grey with lemon?
That's a different thing, because if you add like lemon juice, it dilutes the it breaks down the tannin in the tea. It makes it less bitter. But the extract is made from, it's just the oil, so it doesn't have the acid. It doesn't have the citric acid in it, so it doesn't do that. It just gives you a lemony taste, but without breaking down the Earl Grey.
Okay. Anyway, we are now on Amygdala. We are in game number 2 of this lower bracket finals, and we are looking at the bottom left side of the map where we have the first of our players, and I have to change their names. Hold on 1 second. 1 second, don't worry about it. They will be fixed in just a second. There it is. We are looking at the pink Protoss player. It is Horseradish or Pretty Fly.
And in the northeast corner of the map, all the way from the land of Ukraine, it is our blue Zerg. Give it up for Dwarf. I'm trying to figure out finally what the amygdala is responsible for in the brain. Apparently we have 2. It's amygdalae. There are 2 of them in the brain. It's part of the limbic system. The amygdala has a primary role in the processing of memory, decision-making, and emotional responses, including fear, anxiety, and aggression. Okay, so that explains why we're so affected by its existence here, because our memory is bad, our decision-making is poor.
Anxiety.
And we're anxious.
That one is doing great.
Yes, that's Digendak. Oh, yeah, Digendak has like amygdala issues.
Oh my god, the chat.
Gilmore is a classy person. He is not just Duke of Counting, he is the Count of Counting. Yes. The counting count of count of the Counting Crows. That's a reference to it's a very old reference. It was a band in the 90s.
Never heard of it.
They had like one famous song that I don't even remember it right now. Because my amygdala is broken.
Anyway, interestingly enough, we had a stalker first from horseradish, and he's using that stalker to deny any sort of scouting here from the Zerg, as he is going for both Stargate and the Twilight Council.
¿Por qué no los dos? Why not go for both of them?
Indeed.
We may learn why here today. It may not be the best of ideas.
I mean, the fact that he is hiding it as much as possible with that stalker patrolling here suggests that he may be going for something more aggressive, maybe going into the Dark Shrine, or maybe going for a death.
DT Phoenix?
Zerglings?
Oh, Zergling doesn't quite manage to see everything here.
What is it?
So,
we need to know.
So Dwarf is still in the dark.
Charge!
And going to be charge.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, so maybe this is like okay. Maybe this is a big brain play, like a mind game. Pretty Fly is going to pretend to go Stargate at the beginning of the game, but in fact actually will commit to charge lots, and a big gateway explosion.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that.
That could work. That could really throw a Zerg off.
I mean, that said, Dwarf does have a lot of Zerglings, and he is working on roaches, so... We'll see how it works.
Not a lot of anti-air, so maybe not buying into the whole Phoenix thing.
Making some spores, so being careful, but yeah, definitely does not think that this is anything air related. And yeah, we have 4 more gates on the way, and even more coming.
Yeah. Okay, Dwarf is droning up. So maybe feeling a little bit too safe right now. Doesn't know about all of this that's coming.
Yeah, going for a Hydra then once again. I have to check this. Hold on. Did he see this? No, he did not see that fire cancer. So yeah, so he must have just assumed that it's not gonna be air. Interesting.
Yeah. That's odd. Maybe it's once you see... is it possible that the Dwarf thought that was a hallucinated Phoenix and didn't realize it was a real one?
Maybe. That's hard to say for me. Because, I mean, like, the way you tell if it's a hallucination is that it does damage or not. So I feel like you would tell, but yeah, anyway. This attack will be coming from horseradish now. The Phoenix is scouting ahead, seeing what's in the bases of the Zerg.
And he's like, no, don't worry, I'm just hallucination. I'm not real, you're
don't
dreaming.
Worry about it. I don't know about coming in with the War Priest from the same direction.
Yeah. Does drop a Stalker and an Adept there, and there's the big Warp in, but gets sniped. Only one Zealot manages to warp in there. Good snipe by Dwarf. This really destroys the attack by Pretty Fly here.
Yeah, I mean, he will still be able to get some damage done, as the Zealots do run into that third base, and a few of them try to get into the Natural as well, but only 5 drones for this entire attack is definitely not what he expected.
We don't see kills of warped in units, right? Yeah, they don't show up.
I guess they technically cancelled, maybe.
Do you get the resources back for them?
I don't think so. No, I think if you interrupt the warping, I don't think you get refunded. I think.
Okay.
wrong.
So
Maybe
we
wrong.
have the Protoss have to walk across the map now without the warp prism and the warping ability.
Yeah, I
And
think it was
dwarf
really
is in a
like maybe the warpies would be better if he attacked from the bottom as the Phoenix was on the top. That would probably work a little bit better. But regardless, it looks like horseradish already has a second army ready.
and Phoenix is still alive somehow, by
Yeah,
the way.
that Phoenix survived.
It has 3 kills. It just killed overlords.
I mean, that is
Because
very
it can't
important.
kill anything that it can't kill anything that it lifts.
Oh, the Hydras though. Trying straight to Hydras, but it's still okay. We're keeping an eye on this Phoenix.
Still alive. It has 10 health points.
Yeah,
And it killed another overlord.
yeah. And for a second, it supply blocked the dwarf as well. There's also a new warp prism, so that's important to keep in mind.
Once that first attack failed, this puts the Protoss in such a precarious position because now look at the army supply. Dwarf is pushing out with a pretty big army, and Prettyfly will find it very difficult to defend that third base here.
Yeah, definitely. And there are not that many Zealots here actually. There are some Stalkers though, and they will try to muster up a defense. The Phoenix goes down! No!
I am worried for the Zerg here that there aren't any Zerglings, nothing to buffer for the charge lots, but now all the charge lots are dead. The Hydralisks and the Roaches should be able to take care of these Stalkers pretty easily.
Yeah, there are not that many Stalkers here, and with this many Roaches and Hydras, they should be able to take care of that army. I think Storm... No, Storm did not finish. We didn't get Storm. We got Templar Archives, but no Storm yet, so they won't be able to help with those Hydras, and yeah, now Horseradish is in a real trouble.
Okay, the recall gets cancelled here, so no reinforcements in this base. It will go down. A few more probes will be destroyed as well. And Dwarf can actually, I think Dwarf can break this defense here.
Well, the shield battery will
Maybe
help
this-
with the defense for a little
They
while.
snap the +1!
Yep. Plus one is
Denied!
denied.
+2, sorry. That was +2 weapons for Prettyfly. Got denied.
Oh,
Very big.
Captainfisch is confirming that you do get a refund for the warping. So
Okay,
at least that.
thank you. Well, there's Disruptor in the play right now, but it's not going to be saving this base. If Prettyfly is stuck on one base, GG is called. Dwarf will be winning the lower bracket final 2-0 and will return to face Captainfisch in the grand final of today's Sea Duckling Open number 133.
Yes.
Very nicely done.
GG.
GG!
Well, nicely done.
I do like the moves by horseradish here. Prettyfly.
Yeah, that was
It's,
a nice move. But again, I feel like it really came down to that warpies. Like I feel like if that warpies was at the natural instead of the main base, like because the queens were already there, so they were there to react. But if he instead moved Phoenix from one side and moved the warpies from the other side, I feel like he would be able to do a lot of damage to the Zerg. So it was a really good plan.
Maybe it was like it was like overthinking it. Maybe it was like, oh, I'll bring the Phoenix from one side, but then he will think that I'm bringing something else from the other side. But no, in fact, I will bring in both of them from the same side.
Nah, I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, it is that moment of the stream where we are about to start our finals. But before that happens, we have one more thing to do.
Yes, we have ourselves a raffle, and I can't do drum roll because Discord drums out all my drum rolls. So what's the fucking point? Just pretend. Look, insert drum roll here.
Yeah. I mean, you can check your settings because you can turn off some of the noise cancellation.
Yeah, but then you hear all the noise around me.
I mean, there are like 2 levels of noise cancellation on Discord. There's the crisp and then there's the regular. And I think I have the crisp disabled. and just the regular.
All right. I'll try. I'll set it. We'll do it. Okay, change it to standard. I'll bring my drumsticks. My drumsticks are also the flags I use to celebrate victories. Let's see if it's actually, you can hear it.
Yeah. I mean, it cuts a little bit, but you can hear it.
Of course it cuts a little bit. Why wouldn't it cut a little bit? Oh, I know. We can test this. We can do Void Ray ASMR.
Nope, that's gone. Denied.
Denied. Damn it, Discord! You're cramping my style.
Well, anyway, we are now ready for our random raffle. Why don't you introduce our random raffle to the stream?
If you participate in one of our tournaments and you show up for your match and you finish the match, whether you won or lost does not matter. As long as you participated and finished your match, you are eligible to win our $5 raffle for that particular tournament. So anyone who participates gets to be there. Doesn't matter if you won or lost, as long as you finish the match. Do we have the raffle ready?
Yes, I do. I was just giving it.
Okay.
Anyway,
So
we have 7 eligible participants today, and let me quickly randomize. And the winner of the raffle for today is... Where's my fanfare? It is horseradish, actually.
Yay!
The player we just watched.
Nicely done. Hashtag not Yakuzaku this time. So congratulations, horseradish, Pretty Fly, for winning the raffle. And we should have our final match set up here. It's going to be Captainfisch versus Dwarf. Captainfisch will begin with 1 point advantage in this best of 5 match, as he is the winner of the upper bracket finals. And we have ourselves a rematch. I wonder if Captainfisch has more tricks up his sleeve. So far, we saw the double Reaper, double Baroque Reaper.
Yeah, he goes for the BC in game 1, and then it's like double Rax Reaper for game 2.
Yes. Now it's going to be a best of 5, so it's going to be 4 games total, not 5, because one is already attributed to Captainfisch. You know, if 2 is not enough, it's gonna, it's gonna be actually, if these 2 strategies work, then it's actually 1, right? Because he has already 1 point to his name. Yes, I am correct. Thank you. Sorry, Koro is busy setting up the lobby, the party in the lobby. So I'm left here with you, dear audience. So how's it going? How you Digens holding up? See a lot of you familiar faces in the crowd. You got Aistan, you got Ragnar here. Dome of Malantai, hello. Got Captainfisch and Horseradish, who are moonlighting in the chat right now. We have a lobby. There was another one I saw. Another Degen. Where are you, Degens? My scroll doesn't go all the way up. Why is my chat not going all the way up? Okay, there we go. We got Psychons and Noam Chomsky. And Esfil as well. And Soundo. Socorro, do you know that you're muted?
Yes. Now I do.
Okay.
No, I noticed like a while ago, but I was like, you know what? It's fine. It's fine.
Professional casters. Super production. Alright, our players are ready.
Okay. Let
The
us
first
begin.
map is going to be El Dorado. Okay, so it's Sneezy, Cheesy, and Dizzy, right?
Dizzy, yes, yes.
And this one is regular dwarf.
Yeah, just a really good dwarf.
Classic, original flavor.
Yes. Dwarf classic.
Dwarf classic.
Anyway, we are now... Hold on. Okay, do this. There you go. We are now on El Dorado for game 1, or technically game 2 of our grand finals, as there's that 1 point advantage, and we are looking at the first of our players in the bottom left corner. It is the blue Zerg player from Ukraine. It's Dwarf.
And in the southeast corner of the map, all the way from the land of Germany, representing Platinum Heroes, our Purple Terran. Is it safe for us to say that he's the favorite now? It is Captainfisch.
Also, I see someone asking in the chat. Of course, there's a 2-minute delay, so it will be a bit of a delayed answer. But hi, does this the StarCraft Evolution League is it casted today? Well, it's not casted today because we actually have another tournament happening right after Sea Duckling Open. So the StarCraft Evolution League will be casted. I know,
Cool.
will be casted another day from replays.
Captainfisch was asking you something in game. Yeah. Did you see that? Predictions are open if you want to gamble on the outcome.
Anyway,
of
as I was saying,
so
I was saying, StarCraft Evolution League will be casted later from replays, and today we have Hatchery Cup. So after this broadcast, we will be casting Hatchery Cup, or rather, Light will be casting Hatchery Cup. So look forward to that, and yeah, we will be casting Cell later. There is just so many tournaments; it's impossible to fit everything on the schedule.
It is if Light doesn't ever sleep or play
Not
Final
even.
Fantasy.
See, that's the problem. We reached a point where even not sleeping doesn't help because the tournaments are happening at the same time. You need like two streams, 2 screens, and like imagine like split screen StarCraft casting. You have one match on one side and the other one on the other. Like yeah.
And playing Hearthstone on the third screen.
Yes. But only the StarCraft
also,
expansion.
I like the dramatic exclamation. We've reached a point where even sleeping is not enough.
Yes.
Where even not sleeping isn't enough.
But that's true though. It's literally 24-hour StarCraft.
This is full degen. We went full degen, and it was not enough.
Oh, so we're asking. There are gold minerals on El Dorado.
Oh yes, there are.
Also, there are some tired Protoss units. Or Protoss figures.
Oh, this is Degen. It's a Degen Zealot. Look at him.
Yes, it's just he collapsed and he cannot get up.
Oh, it's just lying there staring at the sky. It's like, I'm done.
It's like, what have I done? Where have I gone in my life?
You want me to stand here for 10,000 years and protect this temple? It's so boring.
No, it's actually like they told me I will get an easy job. I would just have to stand there and look menacingly. And then the Zerg came and they just tipped me over. And I'm just here. Forever.
I'm just chilling. I'm just lying here. my brother became an Archon and here I am.
No, his brother is right here.
No, that's my other brother.
Oh, okay.
He also hates my other brother who became an Archon. I've never even noticed that thing. We rarely see this map actually.
We do already see this map, that is true. It's not the most common. What I'm waiting for right now is where's the fusion core? This is game 1. Where is the fusion core?
¿Dónde está el fusion core? Il fusion core. Il fusion core. Il fusion core.
I mean, depending what language you're speaking, but yeah, L. If... Actually,
I thought I was speaking Spanish, but you know, I would not be surprised if I wasn't.
yeah, actually, now that I think about it, what gender would be core in Spanish?
I see it as a feminine for some reason. I don't know why.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that. No, I can see that.
Hey, look at that.
We should do that.
I woke up all regions. J-Dolph is here.
Jada, we should do that for a... See, we missed the opportunity. We should have done that for April Fools. We should have just do like split screen cast where I just cast 2 games at the same time. Damn it. We just missed it by a few days. Anyway...
That sounds like a terrible idea, Kuro.
No, for a meme it's great. No, for meme it's worth it.
Even for a meme, no, it would be terrible. It'd be so brain damaging.
Yeah, but then I would know why we're not doing that.
Speaking of brain damage, the Marines are dropped. They're coming into the main base, starting to munch on drones. 6 drones go down. Ducklings are coming in to defend. The medevac goes for a hot pickup. Only 1 Marine lost. 6 drones dead and an overlord?
Maybe? I'm not sure if an overlord died, but yeah, that's pretty nice damage regardless for the small marine squad, so nicely done there for Captainfisch. Meanwhile, Dwarf already has a third base, already has some banings on the way, and actually going for melee upgrades here.
And a Spire.
Ooh.
Ooh. Are we
Bane
going
Muta?
for Muta Switch?
That's something we haven't seen yet today, and yeah, continuing with the melee upgrades, so I think this may be linked by Muta.
Now, here's why Mutas on this map are especially annoying, because there's a whole space between the main bases of both players that is inaccessible to ground units until you break down the minerals, the mineral walls. So they can usually kind of fly there with impunity.
Yeah, I mean, Captainfisch himself is using that with that medevac as he keeps just dipping in and out, but yeah, so can Dwarf. Dwarf can go for those mutas, deal with the drops, and go straight into the base of Captainfisch. There are turrets though.
There are turrets, but Mutalisks, well controlled, will usually find some angle where they can do some damage, and they're mostly their goal is to keep the Terran on their side of the map, keep the Terran busy and distracted, because they're never really good as a main army.
No. Mutas are definitely like the distraction force, the damage dealers, like, on the backline as the main fight is happening. But yeah, we'll see how that goes.
But, Gro, do you remember my scale of Mutalisk names?
Do you remember your scale?
Collective nouns? Okay, so over 10 is a problem, right?
Yeah, I mean, we sure have a problem right now with the space.
Yes. Well, the mutas do appear. They can chase that medevac. Only one of them does. But Captainfisch comes in with the multi-prong, dropping here, dropping there, dropping everywhere.
Nice.
Still manages to get some value and killed one of the mutas. Oh, there are moopies on this map. Did you notice?
Where?
In the northwest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just chilling. They're having barbecue.
Yeah, they're doing the ensign from Revenge of the Empire. No, what's it called?
Revenge of the
Return of the
Empire.
Jedi. Return of the Jedi.
Revenge of the Empire.
Close enough. Neither of these was correct one, but...
No, we got an answer. The fusion core in Spanish is male. There you go.
Okay. Alright. The base here gets evacuated, but the Zerglings will be cleaned out. So not a lot of damage. The Banelings weren't with this army for some reason. Dwarf is using the Mutalisks to attack the base here, but they're mostly getting destroyed by the turret. They're not actually doing much damage.
It looks like they were not really controlled as he was focusing on the defense instead and that run by. Meanwhile, the mutas were basically just, you know, set as a distraction, and unfortunately they didn't really get much damage done there. And now the Terran is moving out. Yep,
there's the Terran push. Tanks are sieging in range of that fourth base. And yeah, the Marines take care of the Mutalisks and everything else dies. GG is called and Captainfisch is on match point to win this tournament. I like the Muta switch there, but Captainfisch just managed to break Dwarf's strategy apart. Just by keeping Dwarf busy all the time, multi-prong dropping, and defending well at home. So it just didn't quite work. El Nucleo. Ah. El Nucleo de Fusion.
I don't know why, but you read it very French.
Nucléon de fusion.
Yes.
Okay, Persephone is going to be our next map. I mean, French and Spanish are pretty close.
Yeah, fairly close.
I'm out of tea. Am I? No, I have my thermos, so I have more. I have a little bit of extra tea left. The last bit. It is no longer hot. It is lukewarm.
It's good enough. You're going to have to ask to turn in your night card. I think that was about the Star Wars.
Look, I'm more of a Star Trek guy.
Fair.
So it's not my fault that they named their movies in such ways that, you know... Because I was thinking about the name of the third movie in the trilogy, and I got confused with the third prequel, which is Revenge of the Sith. Also, that's what happened there.
Also, I didn't realize what a great color scheme we have.
Yes, indeed. But at least it's two different races, so it's easy to differentiate them.
Yeah.
Even with this lighting. Anyway, in the northwest of Persephone, who is the goddess of spring and death and whatnot, for some reason, we have, all the way from Ukraine, our purple Zerg. Give it up for Dwarf. Original flavor. Classic.
And across the map we have his opponent. It is the pink Terran player right now, representing Germany and Platinum Heroes. It is Captainfisch.
Battle cruisers? Battle cruisers. Battle cruisers? Battle cruisers? Battle cruisers? Battle cruisers? Come on, battle cruisers. Come on. Quickly, there's no time. Battle cruisers.
What if this is the game where Dwarf goes Mutas and Captainfisch goes Battle Cruisers?
Then we are going to have a lot of fun. Are we not? Are we not going to be entertained?
Yeah, I guess so.
Wait, Captainfisch did go Battle Cruiser in this map last time, right? I think this is the map where we went battle cruiser. But my amygdala is not very powerful,
I don't think that's what was the map. Or maybe? No, actually, maybe it could be. It could be. I think it was one of the two maps you went battle cruiser on. Yeah,
see, the problem with the amygdala is that it's responsible for too many things at once, right? It's memory, anxiety, all of this. It's a lot of it's a lot of on its plate, and there's two of them.
You know what?
Right? So they're always confused.
You know what? This explains a lot. Like because of all the anxiety, like there's just no space for memory. Like all of that storage is taken.
It's like, yeah, the memory is blocked. It's supply blocked.
Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense now.
I need more RAM.
I do need more RAM.
This is why, like, normally I'm not a big technology adopter, like an early adopter of technology. I'm kind of wary of, like, you know, cybersecurity. But if someone offered me a cybernetic implant that increases my ability to access my memory, I'd be like, yep, I'll take that. I don't care.
Just get more RAM.
You can have my data. I don't care. Just deal with this. Just let me for once live without this nonsense in my brain.
Huh. But don't worry. I'm sure all that memory would get used for the things you don't need anyway.
No, but the problem is that it'll probably they'll shove advertising in the middle of there.
I mean, true.
Like,
but I mean, just in general, even if you had more memory, it would probably still be used for
no, I'm not
99% useless find facts.
Yeah, but at least I'll be able to use it. Right now, it gets clogged up because of all the useless nonsense. That's the problem. I can't deal with the useless nonsense. It's blocking it up.
Anyway, no fusion cores inside for now. We have a third base from the Zerg player and roaches. So no Mutalisk either, unfortunately. I was looking forward to getting some Mutas because they're different. We've been getting a lot of roaches lately, but Mutas are a bit different.
No, but the starport is going on top of the tech lab, and there's no fusion core. No, it's Banshee.
Yeah, switching things up. We have not seen Banshees yet today.
No clock though.
No clock. We do have a lot of Hellions though, so that may be just, you know, a not very dedicated like harassment with the Banshee. So like Hellions from one side and Banshee from the other.
I like it. It's you know, it's a good idea for Terrans to multi-prong their attacks. It's usually where these harassments do the most amount of damage. Also, speaking of DJs in chat, Asher Bro is here.
Yeah, we actually summoned Asher for StarCraft stream.
We managed to summon Asher Bro by the power of Degen.
And Terran.
The Degen duck and Terran superiority. You heard the call of the battle cruiser.
Yeah, he heard they are showing battle cruisers here. He had to appear.
So,
the Hellions diving into the third base, but the roaches are there to respond.
Yeah, and this is why the multi-prong is the better one, because if you go in there and in one of your prongs is defended, the other one usually isn't.
Yeah,
so if you go in there and you can't do any damage, and if you have a multi-prong, you don't have to compromise for no damage doing. There are two spores in the main though.
And they're about to finish as well.
This doesn't that block the drones from actually picking stuff up efficiently?
Yeah, but you can reposition it, so it's fine.
That's right, they have legs. I forget.
They do have legs. Just very like little like clawy legs, and they just like scatter away.
Do you think spores and spines are like embarrassed when they have to walk around? Like they don't have to like embarrassed, they don't want to show their legs.
Yes. And they
like, no, look at me.
the Banshees find this new fourth base from Dwarf at the same time as the Hellions are fighting the Roaches on the front, and this base actually may be going down.
This team is about to finish, +1 weapons and armor for the bio, so Captainfisch not committing to any mech situation here, going to go classic Terran bio. Oh, it's a butt. We have a butt.
Yeah, we have a Nidoswarm. We'll see when the Nidoswarm pops out. Right now, what vision do we have? We have one Overlord in the main.
Swarm forces under attack.
It is an Overseer, actually.
Look.
It's better at looking at things.
It's better at seeing, huh?
So are you an Observer or an Overseer, Kuro?
Definitely an Overseer. Just look at them.
Oh.
Like, do you see those eyes? Do those eyes look like they
Look at
sleep?
how many eyes. Oh, there's lunkers on the way for Dwarf.
Yeah.
Get lunked. It's very good against the Bioterran.
Yeah, and I mean, it will be ground forces. Like we have those Hellions, we will have bio with tanks after. So yeah, those lurkers can work pretty well. But again, like we have to get there first because Captainfisch is starting the offensive. He's sending those double drops. The Hellions are still alive. The Banshees, I believe, are also lurking somewhere still.
They're in the middle of the map, kind of. Actually, Captainfisch not multi-progging. Just it's the healing thing.
Someone is
Finally,
actually
we get
using
to see
it.
this.
Look at that.
Yeah, it has a sound. Pew, pew, pew.
Yeah.
Finally, it's the first time I ever saw anyone using this.
This is my second time I've seen someone use it, and the first time was the creator of the map, so it doesn't count.
Okay, Helen's getting the mineral line here, but they spend most of their time switching into Hellbats, and they actually get to kill very little. But the Banshees, they're in position to do quite a bit of damage.
Also, we have the drop, the double medivac drop going towards the third and main base, and the Roaches are coming here to defend, but a lot of the units will be going down regardless.
Yeah, there are a couple of Banelings running around, but there's not a lot, and Bane speed is just about to finish. It's not... okay, it is finished. So it wasn't really there to help.
Yeah, we have...
So Captainfisch getting away with a lot of damage.
Yeah, we don't really have Banelings here, we have Zerglings and Roaches, and they're trying to chase those Marines around, but, you know, with the double Medivacs, you can just pick up and go to the other base. The Ultra then!
Oh, nice. Sniping that tech building, but there are 6 Ultralisks on the way already, but Chitinous plating is going to be delayed by a lot.
Yeah, so they will not have that extra armor, and with that they will be significantly weaker.
George trying to poke here, but there's a lot to defend. No tanks
so
around
bright.
here. But the bio is so powerful right now with the +2 weapons and armor. Oh.
The Ultras though. Again, they don't have the Chitinous plating, but they still pack quite a punch just by themselves.
But the defending forces here have bunkers, there's a Liberator in the sky, there are tanks. This is not going to be an easy position to break.
Yeah, so like basically if Captainfisch moves out of his bases, like that's where he can lose a lot of the army, but as long as he stays in this defensive position, this is very difficult to engage here for the Zerg player.
Yes, and he can use, like he's doing now, he can use the Medivacs to fly across the map and continue the harassment as long as Dwarf's army is on this side of the map. And not able to push in, which, well, he's going to try. The Ultraliks push forward, some of them get into the mineral line, but the SimCity prevents them from getting to the army. The tanks at the back are doing a lot of damage. A lot of the Ultralisks are still alive though. The Banelings are all done. The Armor Warders and Marines taking care of what's left. It looks like the Zerg army is going to disappear from here, and the Terran has enough maybe to even push forward back. This base has actually survived the third base.
Yeah, it was lifted, so it did survive, but actually that was a decent push from Dwarf as well. Like a lot of the tanks and stuff did go down, but yeah, as you said, it was not enough as the army eventually ran out. And now we also have this drop in the main base of Dwarf, and there's not many forces here to deal with. Only now the Hydras have popped up.
Oh, the mosquito! Oh, it actually saved the medivac. That was weird. That was very weird.
The medivac pilot is like, phew, thanks.
Well, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, mosquito-looking weirdo thingy. So Captainfisch did lose a lot of SCVs in that last fight, 19 of them, we did mention that, but he still has the much better army. He's got ghosts now as well, he's got a few more liberators, he can push with a much greater force than he did in the previous times, and his upgrades are about to max out as well.
Yeah, that base from the Zerg does go down. We have some Hydras here waiting to have some Phoenix and a Viper, but it's not really a good force to go against. It is morphing lurkers right now, but the Terran army is already here. I don't even know if they will be able to finish.
Yeah, this doesn't look good for our Zerg player.
Ooh, nice
The
blinding
Terran
cloud.
just has too much. Blinding clouds are helping, but they're not on all of the tanks. The lunkers are here. There's a scan. If you can take care of the lunkers, I think it's pretty much done.
Yeah, only 3 of them survive after they were burrowed right under the Liberators, and because all of the Hydras were turned into lurkers, there was no more anti-air to deal with those Liberators.
And
We also have a
just
drop right
walks
into the
around
natural.
them and just ran into the natural instead. Killed some drones and pushed them away and just goes wherever the lunkers are not. GG is called and Captainfisch will take this tournament, this final match, 3-0 and win another tournament.
GG.
Proving once more that he is the favorite.
Really nicely done there for Captainfisch. And yeah, congratulations. That was a really solid series there. I mean, Dwarf also had some great ideas. Again, like, I don't want to overlook the fact that this was a really nice finals, but yeah, in the end, Captainfisch just had enough. Like, his defensive position were just that much stronger, and he was able to hold his ground and counterattack.
Indeed. And you can do it even without the battle cruisers. See?
Uh-huh.
Huh?
Yeah.
Or the Reapers.
I mean, to be fair, the Reapers usually didn't do all that much for him in the previous games, so no.
So, shout out to Captainfisch for the raid as we are finishing the tournament. Thank you.
I think he was streaming his POV the entire time. So.
Yeah, I know. He usually streams his POV. Pretty nice.
Yes, so yeah, once again, good job to Captainfisch and shout out to our players. We had a lot of Zerg players today, which I'm very happy about, because as we said, like, well, you know, Zerg representation is not big nowadays in the online tournament, so it's always great to see some Zerg players participating. And yeah, and also great shout out to Horseradish as well, who is the winner of our random raffle today, and also had a really interesting series. Remember, he had that whole setup with the charge loads and stuff. It unfortunately didn't work out for him, but it was a really good idea.
Yeah, we saw some pretty good ideas here today. I liked it. It was pretty dynamic. We actually saw. Did you see a PVZ? We saw a PVZ, right? We saw PVZ. We saw.
Yes.
So the only matches we didn't see are the mirror matchups, Terran and Protoss, and TVP.
Yes, we didn't see a TVP, that's true.
So basically the Zergs cleared everyone out. except the one Terran. There's always one Terran that they can't clear out.
Yeah. But I mean, they were good attempts there. Like, again, pretty nice plays there. Captainfisch reaction in the chat. I think you are now currently. You will be getting bullied next.
What? We can agree on a favorite. One of them. The favorite Captainfisch. The Luca the bracket. The bracket speaks for itself.
I mean, to be fair, look, like, for SDO specifically, Captainfisch is one of the strongest players of SDO currently, and I'm sure he will soon be a competitor in MSO as well, like, as in, like, he already participates, but, like, as soon as, I mean, competitor for the title, as well. So
Mhm.
looking forward
But
to
when we-
seeing the
wh-
progression of
When we're
Captainfisch.
speaking on SDO, about SDO, he is the favorite.
Yeah. That is
Yeah,
true.
so he is the favorite. It is canon.
Uh-huh.
He is the favorite.
Yes.
Not a favorite, the.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
that's true.
I'm going to continue. This meme will
I know.
not die.
I
Not
know
on
you will
my
not
watch.
stop. That I know.
This is a grassroots. I did not start this meme.
Also, I do find I do find
I
it
was not
funny.
involved in it, but I adopted it, and it's my child now, and I will give it all the attention that he deserves and all the support, and it will be successful. You, Kuro, you started it.
I did. That is true. I did. Oh, shout out to Captainfisch for giving Davelitoss a sub.
Hey. Yeah, we did see we did mention that Captainfisch did win the raffle. What was it? He won
Yeah,
the
last
$5.
STC, I believe. He won the raffle, but he decided that rather than taking the money himself, he wanted to like give it back to the community. So essentially, what happened was that Zerktanis, now known as Ragnar, challenged him for a best of 3 to see if he will give him the $5 or. Apparently, the alternative was that either Ragnar gets $5 or he gets a sub.
Yes.
So either way, he wins. So good deal.
Oh no, I'm making Captainfisch mad.
By the way, I did not miss
Yes.
predictions. I just want to point out that predictions were running the entire tournament today.
Yes, we never forgot them even for a second.
I didn't add any post-its today. So there you go.
Need to be reminded at any point.
Definitely.
Yes, Captainfisch. Feel the anger. Feel the hatred.
Oh my god. Steamon is going full Civ on us. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you want to support these tournaments, then make sure to check out our Patreon, as we are funding the prize pools of these tournaments from Patreon. And again, shout out to our Patreons, because we just reached our next goals. Like for April, we reached the next goal. So now the SDO, the today's SDO, as well as the MSOs, will be granting $25 prize pool. Meanwhile, the STC is now up to $100 prize pool, which means the semi-finalists will also be getting prizes in the weekly tournament that we have. So again, if you want to see these tournaments continue, if you want to see them grow even farther, then make sure to check out that Patreon. Meanwhile,
Exclamation point Patreon in chat.
Meanwhile,
Or Kuro can use the bot to post it.
Yes. I actually have a button with 2-minute delay on it. That's how.
Okay.
So that way it appears when I actually talk about it. See?
Big brain
Smart.
plays.
Smart. I'm literally doing the true genius move. Oh my god. Anyway, this was Sea Duckling Open number 133, and we will be having another stream very soon. Actually, let me double check what time it is supposed to start. And
in 2 hours.
2 hours. In 2 hours, we will be back with Hatchery Cup number 14, I believe. And that is a monthly open tournament, so that will be available. I believe you can still sign up for it. So if you wish to participate, that is available to you. It's more European focused tournament, but I believe it is open to everyone. But yeah, Light VIP will be casting Hatchery Cup in just under 2 hours, so make sure to tune into that. Otherwise, Steel Mode. Where can we see more Steel Mode nowadays?
Right here on the CranKy Ducklings. Tomorrow I'll probably be casting STC, right? Yes. If it's needed. Light only has 1 tournament to cast tomorrow. I don't know what's. Can he handle that?
No, don't worry. We'll find something.
Find something to do. And yes, and you can find me on twitch.tv/steelmold. That is my personal channel, which I stream on maybe like twice a year. I'll find some game and I'll do a series and then forget about it. So that's my way, and I stick to it. I don't know why. What about you, Kuro?
Well, you can follow me at 16 Squad Sanseki on both at Twitch and YouTube, as I am dual streaming on my personal channels. Usually Final Fantasy. If I have the time, I will finally maybe try to play some other games too. I've been promising that since like October. It's been a while. But eventually, maybe I will finally get to it. For now, I'm mostly streaming Final Fantasy with
Divinity Original
VIP.
Sin 2. Divinity Original Sin 2.
Nah, that's...
Divinity Original Sin 2.
Look, I would love to play it, but
What?
we have to organize 3 people for it, and that's a bit more difficult. But anyway, that's where you can find us. But otherwise, find us on CranKy Ducklings. This is where we usually cast. This is where we usually stream. And we stream every day, and usually twice a day with StarCraft content. So if you are interested in the StarCraft tournaments, then make sure to follow us, make sure to check it out. We stream on Twitch, we stream on YouTube, but we also have Facebook, we also have TikTok, we also have Kick. So if you want to watch on any of those platforms, feel free. You can also follow us on our socials. We are on Twitter or X. We are on Facebook, we are on Mastodon, we are on Blue Sky. What else? On Instagram. Basically, whenever we can, we try to share the StarCraft content so the more people can see it. And maybe if you also enjoy the content, you can also be like, hey, message your friend like, hey, do you want to watch a StarCraft tournament with me? I don't know.
I forgot about that selfie thing. I forgot that that's my picture now. I just saw it on stream.
That's just you.
Okay.
But anyway, again, as a reminder, in 2 hours, Hatchery Cup, StarCraft Evolution League will be casted from replays, and actually it is currently planned for Sunday/Monday night, depending on where you are, or Monday morning if you are in the Asian or Oceanic time zones. So that will be coming later, but today it will be Hatchery Cup. So with that said, we will find someone to raid, some StarCraft channel. Meanwhile, still, do you have anything more to say to the chat before we go?
Yes, Captainfisch is the favorite.
That's the official statement by SteelMode, so there you go.
Yes. I would like to announce that Captainfisch is in fact the favorite.
Oh no. Well, with that, see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.